Welcome, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Inevitably, as soon as I begin to speak, I want to cough. Hold on. Okay, after I've cleared my throat. Hi, guys, welcome. Something's buzzing on my wrist, too. What? What? Hi, welcome to Kitchen Court Cases. This is where we watch court in my kitchen. Let me go ahead and hear what you've had for dinner. It's a bit early for our normal jaunt, but we just had a great episode of Time Served, and I hear you guys like TPOs. So we've got a few of those on the docket for tonight. I see my friends, my favorite people, my family in the chat. Monica C, Laura in Michigan, Courtney Yee, R. Fulmer, Grammy Rita, Toby S., Mayor Ranch McNome. Laura in Michigan, I have to say a special thank you and shout out to you for that lovely PP donation that you sent. I appreciate that so much. So I think you like the sound.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm able to do the sound just for you. Thank you. Um, CRD loves tea, Sashina, Jody, um, all y'all, hi. So what we have tonight, I've literally seen so much court today that it's blurring together, but I labeled some things today. So we are stepping it up. I'm like in a different part of the kitchen. I hadn't moved all my shit up yet, so forgive that. Um, okay, first things first. Yeah, we're going to watch the TPO. If you're new here, this is Kitchen Court Cases. Please hit the like or the dislike button for whichever you prefer, and that is how we take attendance around here. You are going to be seeing a TPO hearing, and this evening there probably isn't needed a trigger warning on the first one. However, I would say I'm not a judge of your triggers, so I'll just give you a little debrief. It's a TPO, which means it's somebody saying somebody's been mean to me and I need help. So keep that in mind. I mean, there's the trigger warning. Um, However, our first thing tonight by our standards is not super bad. It's full of weird stuff though. And honestly, I just want to listen to it with you guys and debrief it. So without further ado, we have a from DeKalb County, Georgia, which is, I love Georgia. Thank you, Georgia. Thank you, Georgia, for being Georgia. Um, I labeled this video when I saved it, Fighting Sisters Poopy Hands. Oh, Sashina, feel better. Um, okay, let's get going. Actually, before we get started, I'm going to test something because I firstly got an audio thing. So let's just see if this works. Okay. Okay.
Okay, well, this is the matter of it's Franz Lamage versus Lasade Mia, is that correct? Yes. That's case number 23 PO 4430.
1 second, Judge. I need you to pull over, Miss Lasade.
Oh, she's driving. Yeah, I didn't even notice that.
You can't drive and be on the phone at the same time.
Okay, I'm gonna hold off and we're gonna go to a different case and I'll get back to you after this next case that I do. And at that point in time, ma'am, you need to be parked someplace where you can go ahead and proceed with this matter.
You're muted, ma'am. We can't hear you.
You're muted, ma'am, so I don't know. You're still muted. But at this point,
Hello, you hear me now?
okay, I can hear you.
Yes, I'm saying I was picking up my son from daycare.
Okay, but we're gonna move on to another case and I'm gonna come back to you.
No problem.
All right, put them back in the waiting room. All right, let's go with China Calvert. This is number 9, I guess. Is it?
Yep, I bring them in now. Not everybody.
Those people will be seen later, I think.
If everyone can please start their video. I need India to please start your video. And I need everyone to come to the camera. Okay, Judge, we're ready.
Okay. Just give me 1 sec here. Oh, this is 9. Okay, this is a matter of China Calvert versus India Calvert, case number 23PO4451. If I can get the parties who are going to testify to raise your right hands. You swear or affirm any testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury.
I do.
Okay, you may put your hands down. China Calvert, you are filing this petition. Is that correct? You're muted. You're on mute.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Yes, I am.
Okay, and you're filing this against India Calvert?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Okay, and what is your relationship to India Calvert?
She's my sister. She's also the estate administrator in the estate of my mom's estate.
Okay, and you're alleging that there has been some act of violence against you. Is that correct?
Yes, some threats. Yes, and threats, and also, Your Honor, I sent over. I don't know if you got the I sent over what's been going on. I've also filed in the probate court. I have also filed, and one of the things that I sent you, I filed an emergency motion to ask them to please keep her away from me. So I have actually been trying to seek help with this situation for a long time. And
okay, hold on 1 moment before you get off into that. I'm just asking specific questions at this point, and then I'll let you go into a narrative of what's been going on. Okay.
Yes.
Has there been an act of violence that's occurred recently, and if so, what was it?
As far as violence or as far as feeling threatened, she didn't put her hands on me.
You put her hands on me.
Quiet, sir. You'll have an opportunity to testify. Is this your witness?
This is my father also. I have a video of the actual day when she came or why I actually...
Yeah, hold on a minute now.
Oh, sorry.
Is your father a witness in this case?
Yes, he is, Your Honor. And also, he is also on my protective order. There was a protective...
Okay, yeah.
I'm sorry.
One question at a time.
Okay.
If he is going to be a witness, then I'm going to ask him to leave the room while you testify.
Okay.
I don't want him there with you while you're testifying. Okay?
Okay. Well, is it okay if I leave the room?
It's fine if you leave the room, just in someplace other than where he is. Okay?
Okay, that's fine. Hold on. Let me get my papers because he has bad knees and stuff. So I would actually rather move. Can you give me 1 second?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, Your Honor.
All right. Are you someplace where he cannot hear your testimony?
Yes, and let me make sure the door is closed all the way. Hold on. Okay, Your Honor.
All right. Now, has there been some act of violence against you?
Well, she has not. She has not put her hands on me, Your Honor. But I have felt extremely threatened. I feel like she is going to do something to me.
Okay, and when was this threat? When did this threat occur?
Well, in actuality, she filed a TPO on me, and when she came by the house recently, well, first of all, let me start off with the most recent thing that's happened is that when I ran into her in Walmart, there's been a year support case that's been going on, and I've been in court with her for about close to 2 years, since 2021. And when I ran into her recently at Walmart, I didn't even see her. She actually startled me, and she came up and said, did you guys pack your things yet? And I looked at her and walked away, and I said, we're not going anywhere. And as I was walking away, she said that, what did she say? She said, I could just kill you and make it look like self-defense.
Okay.
Now, I didn't really take that serious.
When did this occur?
This was probably about maybe a couple of weeks prior to the incident of her coming to the house.
Oh, could you give me a date or just a month?
Let's see, she came by the house on March, I believe that was the exact date, May 2nd or May 3rd. So I don't have an exact day on it. Don't even get me to lying. So it's probably about maybe 2.5 weeks prior to that. Or it could have been about 2 weeks. But the most recent incident is that when she came to the house, after I told her not to come by the house, that I did not feel comfortable with her coming by the house after everything that's been going on, I felt very threatened. I felt like she was coming by trying to intimidate us. She was in my dad's face. I kept telling her to leave, and she wouldn't leave. Your Honor, this girl has has filed TPO charges on me, filed abuse charges on me, is trying to get me away from my dad so she could put my dad in a home. I feel very threatened by her. I have went to the police about this issue. I have filed in the paperwork that I have with you. I tried to file a petition filed a motion in the probate court, and they were telling me that they were very limited on what they could do. I filed several motions in there, and like I said, she's pressed charges on me. I want her away from me. If I'm not around, my father needs 24/7 care. If I am not around, she could put my father in a home, and if my father.
Okay, hi, welcome, guys, if you're just joining us. I paused it right here because when I heard this earlier, the next sentence out of her mouth stuck out like a sore thumb. And I'm going to play it twice. I want to hear what you think. These are two sisters who are fighting, and Family Feud sucks, obviously, not the TV show. But I just want you to really pay attention coming up to this next little part because I think it has a lot to say about what's going on. Also, I'm putting that kitchen court cases thing in the middle of my videos now because I'm supposed to be a YouTuber now. Anyways, let's continue. I'm glad we can hear clearly.
Was not there. I can't afford to live here. This has been an ongoing thing with her. I have police reports. Falling in a home, and like
So
I
did
said,
you catch that? Hold on. She literally glossed over it. Let's just listen again. So she says he needs 24/7 care.
Limited on what they could do. I filed several motions in there, and like I said, she's pressed charges on me. I want her away from me. If I'm not around, my father needs 24/7 care. If I am not around, she could put my father in a home, and if my father's not there, I can't afford to live here. This has been an ongoing thing with her. If I am not around, she could put my father in a home, and if my father's not there, I can't afford to live here. This has been an ongoing thing with her. I have police reports that I've sent you. Just so you can get an idea of what's been going on. I've sent you a motion that I filed in the probate court on everything that she's been doing. I also have a case where her trying to get her removed as a state administrator. So yes, I do feel like she's going to do something to me.
Okay, so there's an ongoing matter in probate court, is that correct?
Yes. She has tried to have my father and I forcefully removed from the property before. She's tried to have us evicted before. I mean, I don't know what this girl's going to do next.
Who's the owner of the property?
It was my mom, but
What's his name?
it was my mom. My mom Constance, but she passed away.
So it's basically a property dispute?
Yes, and having her removed. I mean, and with her removal, I mean, there's things that she has got to answer for. She keeps trying to use her position as the state administrator to get me alone with her, Your Honor. I don't want to be alone with her. I'm scared of her. I'm scared of what she's going to do. You know, she keeps running around saying she's scared for her life, lying in court, and then she's trying to use her position to get me alone with her. I'm afraid of what this girl is going to do to me. She is, like I said, she's pressed phony charges on me, abuse charges on me. I've sent things to you, Your Honor. If you want, I can go through the evidence with you.
Just whatever it is you wish to present to the court. But it
I
has
said to you.
Ma'am, so do you want me to pull up exhibit A, B, D?
Okay, yeah, we can
Did you
start with it.
identify them as exhibits?
Yes, I did. And Your Honor, I want to apologize to you because as I was putting this, yes, I did identify them as exhibits. Your Honor, as I was sending this paperwork in, I sent in a big.
Yeah, so let's just do a little quick recap for anybody just joining us. We have right beside me here the sister who is the estate administrator for their shared mother, who has passed away, sadly. May she rest in peace. And then we have above me Judge No Nonsense Faith. No, seriously, this is Judge Winston Bethel, and he is again in the DeKalb County Magistrate Court handling these types of issues. And then over here, we have the petitioner, you know where I'm talking about. This is the older, I'm assuming, sister of this girl, and she lives with her dad, who we saw at the beginning. What I think is important to think about as well is like TPOs can be very, very, very useful in eviction processes or in staying eviction processes in some cases. And so it is something you have to be thoughtful of if somebody's housing is involved. You have to be thinking of that. Regardless, let's continue on, and I hope everyone's having a great evening. Yeah, let's keep going and see how we do. As usual, I come to all these mini conclusions ahead of time, but like what she said about not being able to live without her dad's money, basically, that put me right. And again, I was recording this, but I wasn't watching it. I was listening in the background, and I was like, did she just say that? But I couldn't go back because I was recording. So I was like, oh man, I really have to remember to think about that later.
File, but it wouldn't go through. So I had just cut it down short. So Exhibit A is.
Well, just one moment, and she'll pull Exhibit A up on the screen, and then you can testify about it. Okay.
Okay, great. Thank you, Your Honor. And thank you for your time, too. I appreciate it. Okay, that's Exhibit B, but we can go through Exhibit B if you want to leave that up. Okay, so Your Honor, this is a motion that I have filed in with the probate court. This was the probate court, and this was when I was, I filed this.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I hate to stop you here, but if this is something you have pending in probate court, that's an emergency motion.
No. This was in October when I filed this, and I was told by the probate court that they are very limited on what they can do.
Hi, Orlando Chiquita. Thank you so much. You are so sweet. I love you very, very much, Donna. Hi, Jacqueline. Uh, the judge has been through it all. He has literally been through the ringer today. And I'm not even beaver blocking this because this is just literal nonsense. You saw me again. Sometimes I forget to put on the audio, like quality shit. But so again, oh yeah, there's an epic name in this one too. You know I don't use names in the titles, but damn it, this if I was gonna, it would be this person's name. Um. Anyways, this is not a real legal document. It's like she typed it up. And so the judge is about to like quash this very quickly. But these people have back and forth crap going on with everything. And I feel bad for them. But again, I feel worse for the dad. Like CRD mentioned earlier, perhaps he should be like in the in a care home if it's really that serious. Like I worry when somebody says somebody needs 24/7 care. Yeah, it's concern. Anyways, let's continue.
This court is not limited. This is, or if you go down to page 2, you could just skip down to page 2, paragraph 3. Your Honor, this is all the times that this girl has said that she is scared for her life around me. She might be killed. I hit her before. I've sent you a copy of the court testimony. These are all the pages and the lines that you can refer to, so you know I'm telling the truth. She's filed abuse charges on me. I hit her before. Like I said, if you just read that paragraph right there, that will tell you. If she's scared, just stay away from me. She might throw herself down the stairs and I'll be sitting in jail, or might try and kill me. You know, anything to get me away from my dad. And also, like I said, that paragraph, the entire paragraph is an entire paragraph of her, all the multiple times when we were in court that she stated that her life was in danger.
Okay, next, the allegations that she was making against you, that would not be relevant for what you're attempting to present to the court.
Well, this is why I think she might do something to me also, besides the fact that she came by trying to intimidate me. I don't know what she's going to do to me now. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if she's afraid.
You're asking the court to do something based on what you think she may do.
Okay, but Your Honor, I'm scared. You know, I have a video of her, Your Honor. You know, there was another judge that told her it's not a good idea. On the next page, on second paragraph, Judge Veronica Cope told her it's not a good idea for her to come by the house. Okay? I'm scared of what she's going to do to me, Your Honor. She had me thrown out of the house before. All right? I don't know what she could throw herself down the stairs. I don't know what she's going to do to me, Your Honor. And I feel very threatened. I have a video that I could present to you also.
And just wait to see how she presents it to us, folks. The judge. Honestly, the win of this whole entire day is the facial expressions from this judge. I love him so much. I feel so bad for him. Seriously. If you guys are just getting here, make sure you clock in for your shift, please, down in the like or the dislike button. And yeah, let's continue.
Like I said, Your Honor, if I'm out of the picture, you know, she can easily put my dad in a home. I have in here also where she has told the court that I've been abusing my dad, you know, all this other stuff. I don't want her around me. I don't feel safe around her. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I think these are reasons for, especially with the ongoing hearing, she's going to do anything she can do, number one, not to have to face what she's done in her estate removal case. And with the year support case, my dad has a very good chance of being granted the house. She's doing everything she can to get us removed from the house so she can get her hands on the house. Like I said, she's told the judge that I'm abusing her, abusing my dad. I don't know what she's going to do. And I am scared for my life.
Okay.
Like I said, she tried to have me thrown in jail. Who knows? I might be dead. As long as I'm away from my father, she could throw him in a home. Okay. Also, Your Honor, can you could that young lady put up I'm sorry. When I moved on my papers, she's also, she's done, there's a whole case of stuff that this girl's done. She's refused to let me pay the mortgage and then tried to turn around and have us evicted, saying that we weren't paying. I don't know what this girl's going to do. She could switch my dad's medication, tell them I did it. I am very threatened by her. I am extremely threatened by her. And these are not things that I think she's going to do. These are things that she's done. She has tried to have me thrown in jail. I don't know what she's going to do to me now. I have a father that I have to protect. I put in the police report also when she came by the house.
Okay, I'm sorry. You were stating that you wish to have something else displayed, one of your exhibits. And
yes, there is a there's a police report on Exhibit G, where I am telling the police officer that I do not.
Exhibit what?
G.
That was Previous Kitchen taking a screenshot.
Do we have that? Exhibit G?
Thank you for your patience, Your Honor.
Am I hearing birds?
Sorry, was I supposed to be pulling up something?
Yes, Exhibit G.
G. Okay, ma'am, I'm showing I have an A as in apple, B as in boy, D as in David.
Right, and there's two different, I filed
Also, that reminds me, guys, I am on the lookout and will pay in KCC points for full phonetic alphabet compiled from court things, as in our K for E for everlasting, whatever guy. I got the idea and I've been trying to figure it out. So if you've like a clip like this where somebody spells out the phonetic alphabet using things, send them to me and I will send you points. That separately, I thought she said A for Applebee's, but she was speaking quite fast and she went A for apple, B for boy. But at first I thought she said A for Applebee's. So, anyways, yeah, I already have some of them, but regardless, I'll pay for whatever you guys send me in KCC points. Just to be very clear, YouTube Daddy. Those are fake.
There's a couple of different files that I filed. I filed 4 files in with the court. One was the court testimony, if the judge needed to refer back to it, and then there was
So one of them is something from Gwinnett.
One of that, yeah, it's the Gwinnett County police report from the day she came out of the house.
So I have a Gwinnett County transcript. Is that the one?
Yes. Oh no, I'm sorry. No, it's probably that's the court one. It's the police report. I labeled all of them where it says F. It says police report. Your Honor, I thought you might have had time to go over some of the documents that I have sent in as evidence.
And would this be the police report?
It's not showing up on my end.
Okay.
Yes, it is. Your Honor, I told the police I told this girl not to come by the house. This is the police report that I had to file on her. This was this actual day when she came by trying to intimidate us. And like I said, I have an actual video. I videotaped her doing this when she was in my dad's face and why I feel threatened. This police report on the bottom, it states I told her not to come over. I'm scared being around her. On the next page, I told the officer, I don't feel safe around this girl. I do not feel. Oh, it's on the third page. Sorry, it's on the next page. Yes, right here on the top. It says, that it is they spoke with everyone involved, and I don't feel safe around her. I told them clearly I don't feel safe around her. And this is not the first time that I've had to call the police on her, Your Honor.
My
Okay,
friends,
is there
Credence
anything
and Mike,
further?
Yes,
just shut up
also.
for a minute. Somebody important is here. Credence and Mikey, my friends in the house. Probably it's just Mikey though, let's be real. Hi Mikey. And yes, it's India and China. I hadn't yet pointed that out. The dad's name is the best of the bunch. But yeah. And Charles, I hope you're getting better little by little. Little by little. Um and yes, I'm trying to read chat but not be distracted by myself. No, just kidding. I'm specific. I know what the real phonetic alphabet is. What I'm wanting is examples from court where people use unique phonetic things instead of the real one. Just to be clear. People in court. Hi, friend. I saw that you premiered something today. You guys need to be subscribed to People in Court as well. Another amazing creator. Please and thank you. Yeah, Credence and Mikey are definitely shit disturbers. And I love it. He said pay for everlasting, I believe, Orlando. Or what didn't he say? Like E for something like that. Hello to his harem of attack dogs. You guys are hilarious.
So, in my exhibit A with the removal of the state administrator, that is exhibit A.
Exhibit A was your motion in probate court, right?
That was this is the emergency request to remove the estate administrator.
So this is your A.
Okay, okay, so there's another file in there that has just the estate administrator. Okay, that's a different file. I sent 4 files.
Okay, everything you're talking about thus far is just basically relating to a dispute.
I really love you guys all and don't stop. Do not stop doing what you're doing in the chat, even though I'm about to explain what I specifically want. I am going to make a video of the alphabet where people do stupid examples for the phonetic thing. Instead of saying what it should be, they say something like everlasting or octopus. I'm pretty sure that guy had. Like, that guy had 6. I was like, shit, I got 6 of them already from this guy. I only need the rest. So, but I'll also make alphabet songs. I don't even think the alphabet song is that under copyright? I need to check on that. Most children's songs aren't, guys. We can totally make a lot of nursery rhymes. Customized. But yes, what I want is to be able to compile examples of people in court settings saying stupid A is for blah, blah, blah. Yeah. It's going to be tough. Let me tell you, when we get down to it and I'm looking for X or I'm looking for like Y, whew, I'm going to be assigning a lot of points when I get those. I'm just going to let you guys know. The easy shit, yeah, I'm going to give points, but I'm just telling you, this is on the whiteboard. Lifelong practice right now. Okay, let's continue because,
with regard to ownership of the house.
No, Your Honor, what I'm saying to you is that within the dispute, she keeps trying to use her position as a state administrator to get me alone with her. The last thing that I sent you was her using her position, stating that she has to take everything out of storage to bring it over here to go sort through it. I don't want to be around her, Your Honor. I don't feel safe around her. She's saying the only way she can do the inventory and to do the storage is if she brings everything over the house. I don't feel safe around her. Like I said, she's claimed that I've hit her before. I don't know what she's going to do. And I'm scared of her. Please do not put me in a position to where I have to defend myself or when one of us is sitting in jail. This is crazy. I have a video that I can show you too, Your Honor, that I took on that day. And I have a speaker where you can hear it. I was having problems uploading the video, and the lady from the court stated that I can actually put the video up and show you, and I have a speaker so you can hear it. You can also see when she's in my dad's face also. This situation is escalating. If you're scared for your life, you're scared for your life. Stay over there. You know, I mean, like I said, Your Honor, I don't know what this girl's going to do. I'm scared.
why am I so bad at explaining things? What I specifically want, I know all the words. There's no words that I need. What I need is for you guys in your court perusing lives to be on the lookout for people using phonetic, like giving their name perhaps, or using an example like A is for apple, B is for whatever in a court setting, because I want to compile an entire alphabet of the videos. I don't actually care what the word is as long as the person is in a court-ish setting on Zoom. Or if they're like, and if it's dumb, that's even better. But that's not even necessary. I believe this is a long-term project we're going to be working on. I is for eyeball I would pay 1,000,000 points for that. Yeah, but I know if you get somebody in court saying S is for solve sit, another 1,000,000 pointer. Anyways, so it doesn't have to be a weird word. It's just whenever somebody does that, I want to compile them. It will take years, possibly, but we have the mind of the hive. I'm going to have to figure out how to explain it better. I'm going to have to make a little infomercial. I need you to help me.
You'd be surprised what people do over money.
So you're saying that you need a protective order because she...
Okay, and again, I could send you the list, but it is literally just the alphabet, which is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now you know. Actually, I don't know if that is copyright now. Seriously, I'll just pay for all of them. If you ever come across them and you feel like it, send them to me in KCC points.
I feel threatened by her. Yes, Your Honor, I feel threatened by her.
Okay.
And plus, she's like I said, I have a video of her in my dad's face, and she threatened to kill me if we didn't sell the property.
Okay, when did she threaten to kill you?
Like I said, Your Honor, I don't have an exact date. It was like probably 2 weeks prior to her coming by, 2.5 weeks prior to her coming by, so I don't have an exact date on it.
Okay, and how did that end up coming about in a conversation?
Like, I didn't even see her coming up on me. Like, I mean, I really didn't even see her. And I just heard her say, when I was fumbling through myself, she was saying, you know, did you guys pack your bags yet? And when I saw it was her, I was a little startled, and I said, I'm not going anywhere. And I started walking away from her. And as I was walking away, I heard her say, well, I could just kill you and make it look like something fast. You know? So, I mean, this situation, then she's coming by the house trying to intimidate my dad and I. And like I said, I have a video of her. I know this seems like a lot and it's probably very frustrating. This has been a very ongoing situation. And I just want to make sure that I'm safe, my dad's safe.
Okay, and what is it that your dad is going to testify to?
That when she came over, she was in his face and he felt very threatened. He was sitting in the passenger seat. She's leaned over in the car and he keeps telling her, get the F out of my face. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. And she wouldn't stop. She's still in his face, and then, Your Honor, she's stating that she's coming by to fix the shower. Okay? I didn't need her to fix the shower. 6 months ago, when my dad hurt his back, I couldn't help, like he couldn't move. I asked, and the VA said they were going to pay for stuff, and she refused. So that was 6 months ago. There was no need for her to come by saying she's going to fix the shower. She could have sent the handy repairman over for the refrigerator. There was no need for her to come by the house. I told her not to come by. I clearly told her not to come by. We don't feel safe with her coming by, and she continues to just do these things.
All right, and basically your father's testimony is going to be pretty much similar to your testimony.
Well, like I said, I have a video, and he had a TPO also independently, but he said that, well, you can listen to his testimony, and you can also see the video to tell that we're not lying. My father had a TPO also, but Judge, I forgot what her name was. She said that he didn't need one because he would be covered under mine. Judge Scott.
Okay. Let's listen to your father's testimony.
Okay. Would you like to see the video also, Your Honor?
Are you in a position to put the video up? Is the video going to show that there were threats that were made?
The video shows her in the car. I don't know if you can hear what she's saying in the car, but it shows her in my father's face and him telling her to get out of his face.
Okay, are you able to pull that video up?
Yes, Your Honor. Give me 1 second. Yes, I am.
She says yes, but the answer is truly no. What's about to happen here, watch the judge's face. Watch it when she does what she does. But I will say that it's not the worst video we've ever seen. That still goes for that place that had the chiseled text messages. Seriously?
Let's keep it here. And then let me show you the video. Okay, I'm gonna put the phone up there so you can hear it.
We told you not to come by.
To fix the freezer
Okay.
that you told me was broken.
Okay, well, you know what? You should have had.
shower
You
that
should
you
have
said
had
Dad can't wash.
insurance.
I don't
You
have
should
to
have had
have
appliance
appliance.
I'm not arguing with you. You need to leave India.
You
Said you found out your life was in danger.
told me Dad has been washed. Said Dad has been washed.
I'm gonna say Dad has not been washed. India, we need you to leave. We need you to leave India. You claimed your life was in danger. You claimed your life was in danger and you were scared for your life. You claimed your life was in danger and you were scared for your life.
Remember, we came here.
Okay. No, we're not. No, you need to have a worker come by here.
China.
We are not putting ourselves in a vulnerable position. India, you need to leave. India, you need to leave. You claimed your life was in danger. You claimed your life was in danger.
Just remember, you refuse.
No, what I'm saying is no. What I'm saying is you should get somebody besides yourself. We won't be putting on.
Came here for
You are not. Okay, guess what? You need to get a handyman who has it. Okay, guess what? No, he's not. That's right. Get somebody here who hasn't claimed. Get somebody here who has not claimed that their life was in danger. I'm not arguing with you. Okay, thank you. Yeah, it is because 1 minute your life.
Okay, Your Honor. video was when she was leaning over in my dad's face. You know, so I don't feel safe with her around, Your Honor. I really don't, especially in the middle of this court case.
Okay, anything further from you now?
No, like I said, this.
Do you wish to have your father testify?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to allow you to be in there with your father while he testifies. But by the same token, you will not be able to add any additional testimony once he is finished, okay? If you sit in there with him, you're not going to be able to come back in and testify about anything. Do you understand that?
Okay, so if I don't sit in there with him, would I be able to add something if I remember it?
If you don't sit in there with him, yes, you would be able to.
Oh, if I don't sit in the room with him.
That's correct.
Okay, so if I leave.
You're hearing his testimony and then you coming back trying to add on to his testimony. You can't do that.
Oh, no, I won't do that. I just thought you meant that after he speaks, I can't say anything else.
If you're going to be in there listening to his
No, I'm not. I'm going to go bring the computer in for him.
Okay.
Okay?
That's
okay,
fine.
Thank you. Dad, can you turn the TV off? Okay, the judge wants to talk to you. I'm going to go in the other room. Tell me when he's done, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Your Honor.
Hello. And your name, sir?
Caprice.
You spell your last name?
Caprice. It's the same as the first name.
Okay. All right, your testimony, sir. What is it you wish to tell the court? And this is regarding a petition for a protective order that's been issued by your daughter.
A few weeks ago, she came over here with with her brother. And she kept that in my face. I was in a car seat trying to get out of the car. And she was kneeling down in front of me. And she kept putting her hands on my shoulder. And kept telling me, I forget what she was saying, but she wouldn't get out of my face. I tell her several times, get the fuck out of my face. Excuse my cursing, but that's the word I use. And she wouldn't get out of my face. Her brother come there, and he was strapped with a knife. He said he keep it because somebody is threatening his family. He went and put it in his car then, but I know the gun was there.
Okay, is there anything further you wish the court to know?
No.
All right, thank you. You can call your daughter back in.
China! I thought he went over that way.
No, I don't know. Can we talk together or no? I don't know if we could do that.
Well, you're finished with your evidence, okay?
Yes.
So now I'm going to hear from the respondent.
Oh, so I can sit here with my dad?
Yes, you may.
Okay, thank you. I just want to make sure.
Did you notice when she came in, he thought she would have come from a different direction, but she came from the other way? Isn't that weird? I thought that was weird. The Streamlabs stuff, if anybody's seeing Streamlabs and they don't like it, feel free to go ahead and block him. He's a jerk anyways. But if you do want to have fun with that, you can go ahead and I think it's exclamation mark gamble or something like that. Anyways, I just think it's sus. I totally do. What's going on, Crystal? These two sisters are battling it out. Battling it out. Also, we are going to hear from a brother. We have China and India as the sisters. What do you think the brother's name might be?
Okay, Miss India Calvert, your testimony?
Yes, are you able to hear me, Anna?
Yes, I am.
Okay, thank you so much. So we've been going through this for about 2.5 years now. I'm the estate administrator. And basically, you know, we've been having issues. They don't want me to sell a house. They don't want to pay rent. They don't want to pay what the average rent is. It's always something with them. I went all of last year without them even paying rent. I have been back and forth to probate court. They have filed numerous motions with the court. I can't even begin to tell you how many that have been dismissed. Okay. Like I told them, we can't get along. The best thing to do is for us to sell the property, work together, sell the property, get as much as we can, pay whatever bills are left, split the dividends, and go about our merry way. The TPO that she's saying, claiming, number one, that I lied about. I believe I had sent those documents as evidence. That TPO was a TPO filed by my father because she was being abusive to my father. I had to file a TPO on that because I didn't want her coming to my house since she could not go back to the house over there. The police came to, she's saying I filed these as, falsely filed this. The police came to the house, she wouldn't open the door, and she was caught with feces in her hand, which I believe she was trying to use and collect to put in my father's food. It is documented in the police report. She would not open the door, and when they came...
We're going to have to go back a little bit and just... What? She says it so nonchalantly. I didn't even get a chance to look at the fucking judge's face because I heard that. And again, I'm recording it. And I'm like, did she just say that? Okay, I want to look at the judge's face. I want to see how good his poker face is.
She wouldn't open the door, and she was caught with feces in her hand, which I believe she was trying to use and collect to put in my father's food. It is documented in the police report. She would not open the door, and when they came in and get her, they had to have her on the floor, and she had feces in her hand. So the reason why she was taken out of the property is because she had abused my father. That's number one. Okay. Your Honor, as far as the Walmart thing is...
One moment.
Yes,
what authority was she taken out of the property?
By Gwinnett County. Gwinnett County took her off the property.
How did Gwinnett County do that?
We filed a TPO. My dad was being abused by her, and I had filed a elder abuse case against her, and they had told me I need to go and have a protective order put for my dad, which we went down there and he filed the protective order. I might have that as one of my documents as evidence.
Your Honor, may I say something?
And so,
hold on. Yeah, no, ma'am, you need to keep quiet and allow Miss India to go ahead and give her testimony. All right. So I want you to stay mute this whole time. And all of the motions and moving around and shaking your head, I don't want to see any of that. Okay? I just want you to listen to her because she went through some gyrations while you were testifying, but that's not tolerated from either party. Okay? Now, India Calvert.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Are you saying that there was a TPO that had her removed from the house?
Yes, there was a TPO back in. Yes, Gwinnett County. The house is in Gwinnett County.
So there was a TPO filed in Gwinnett County that had her removed from the premises?
Had her removed from the premises last in May 4th, actually, of 21.
Okay, who filed for the TPO?
My dad filed for the TPO, and then I also filed for a TPO because she had threatened me, which I also had sent that document as well. She threatened me to kill me after my mom passed away. Okay.
And all of this happened in Gwinnett County?
Yes.
Okay.
This all happened in Gwinnett County.
I'm bird. I'm gonna be haunted.
Saying about the TPO, however, she tried to sue me for $20 million like last in March, and the judge had to basically read out the text messages that she sent to kind of remind her and to jog her memory because she forgot. And the other thing was, as far as us talking about me not allowing her to pay the mortgage, that was another thing that was an issue, which the judge had to also remind her that that's not what she's supposed to be doing. So again, she wasn't following instructions. I did hear her say something about me seeing her in Walmart and threatening her, Your Honor. And I don't know. I'm trying to figure out, when did she see me in Walmart, Your Honor? I work full time. I have a business. I have other things that I do, and I also babysit my grandson, and I live in DeKalb County. So I'm trying to understand, where is it that she saw me at a Walmart? Because that's a lie. I do also have a video of that day as well, if I'm able to share it so you can see it from my perspective. Because you didn't get to hear all of the things. Yes, I did lean down to talk to my dad because I'm trying to get these people to cooperate so we can get the house sold. They don't want to deal with me. I'm over dealing with this. I've been dragged around the court for 2.5 years over this. And the easiest thing to do would be for all of us to work together and get the house sold. They don't want to leave. They want to live rent free.
Okay, and the house is in whose name at this point? If you're the administrator of the estate?
Yes. The house is in my mother's name, and I'm the estate administrator. So, when I went over there, it was because she was asking about, telling me the refrigerator was broken, and they expect me to send a handyman. Your Honor, they are not even paying what rent could be, so they're the only ones actually benefiting from the property, which they don't understand. And I have no money in the estate. So now the taxes are $4,000. They can't afford to pay that. Yesterday, she sent me a text message telling me that something about the water, $830, that she's going to now deduct from the little bit of rent that she's supposed to pay. So I don't know how they understand. I don't know what it is that they are not clear about. I can't take care of this property. I'm trying to sell it so we can make. Last year we could have got up to $400,000 for the house, and each of us would have gotten a nice little sum of money, and we could have went about our merry way. She doesn't have to talk to me. I came over there to fix something. I'm not going to pay a repairman to come over there. I don't pay a repairman to come to my own house to fix things. I'm going to go and evaluate it. I'm going to see if I can fix it or my brother can fix it. And then at that point in time, we could decide whether or not a handy person needs to come and fix anything. I don't know what they are expecting me to do. They don't want to leave. I asked, you don't want to be there, leave. It's very simple. But it's every time I go over there, it's a problem. When I went in November, I was supposed to take pictures then of the property so I can go, because I had to go back to court. The whole time, she's following me around with the phone in my face, harassing me. All she had to do that day, she could have stayed outside, and my brother and I could have went in the house. I have keys to the house. That house is my house too, and it's my brother's house. She does not want me to be an administrator over the state, and she says that I have all this control over her. I have control over the estate. They can leave. If she didn't need to even come back to the house. I called them as a courtesy. Hey, I did let you know I was coming over here today for the to take care of the freezer, the freezer. See, I asked her, what is everybody's schedule so we can come over here and we can look at the freezer. Listen, we all need to work together so we can see how we can kind of pace everything along. So this way we can get all of the things in order and then still be able to get them into a place where they're not feeling like they're being thrown out. Okay? She wanted to go to mediation, tried to do mediation with her through probate court. That didn't work out. They don't want to mediate. They just want to stay in the house. They want me to give them the house because I have a house and because my brother already has a house. So they think we should just give them the house. They don't have the money to buy the house. And they don't have the money to pay for the house or to even rent the house. So at least my brother and I can have some sort of benefit from this property that my mom worked very hard for. They took the car. My dad took the car. I still have the title for the car. I asked my sister, do you want to sell your car and then you can buy mom's car, take that money and put it towards the estate for all of us? And if you don't want to do that, I will buy mom's car and I will take the money and put it towards the estate. No, we're not going to give you the car. I don't understand what they want me to do. The easiest thing is for us to get to work together so we can get my mom's stuff settled and get house sold. But every time I go over there, it's a problem. Every time I go over there.
Okay, is there anything further, ma'am?
I'm still trying to understand, she's literally saying that I threatened her in Walmart, Your Honor, and I want to know what day she's talking about that she saw me in Walmart, because that is a complete lie. She's lying. And the thing about it, Your Honor, is she has been persistent with trying to get things to bring to the court, right? She's looking for all of this evidence to bring to the court to say, I'm doing all these things, and none of these things are lining up to the court. So now you're gonna lie. Now you're gonna start telling lies now. It's just, if I threatened her, that would have been a prime time for her to call the police. If you've been doing this for 2.5 years, that you are going to tell I'm doing X, Y, Z, then how come you would see me at Walmart and I threaten you, and that you didn't think that was, you're telling me you didn't think, why didn't you call the police right away? If I threatened you, that she would have been on the phone calling the police immediately. I don't understand it. And then she can't even tell you what day it was, Your Honor. I don't.
Okay, is there anything further?
I don't have anything further, Your Honor. My brother is here as a witness, too. He's somewhere. I guess you have him holding somewhere.
This will be our last chances to get your votes in for what the brother of India and China will be named. Reminder, sisters, India and China, what will the brother be named? And thank you guys very much. I have to thank, I guess, the earlier start time. I'm using natural light instead of my ring light. So I appreciate all of your lovely comments, though. Thank you very, very much. I want to read some of these options. We have Asia, Turkey, Chad. Hi, Tracy3, by the way. Thank you for participating. Pakistani, Nepal. In the shadows watching. Hi, folks new here from Law Talk with Mike. Welcome. Thanks. Ralph. I don't think you're getting it, Michael. But good choice. Peru. Who else have we got picked here? Burma, I see. So for anybody just joining us, this is the ending-ish. Not really. What do we got? We got 14 minutes left of this TPO. and we do get a ruling. Um, the sisters' names are India and China, and the brother's going to testify shortly here. Also, I believe the dad's name was Caprice. Just saying that.
Is he going to testify to anything that's different than what you have already told me?
I'm pretty sure he has a couple of extra things to say. He was there with me when this went on. He was there with me. So, and he's the one, and I have his video footage because we wanted to make sure that we were protected and that there wasn't anything going to be said. So we did come to take, and we came with video. So I do have video of the whole thing from the time she rolled up there all the way up into the time I went back into the car to sit and wait for the police.
Okay, the thing is that I don't need, testimony that's just going to be redundant.
I understand, Your Honor. I just,
if he's going to just reiterate basically what you have testified to.
I'm not sure, maybe. I'm not sure what else. He probably has something else to add. I mean, he's been dragged around with me through this too as well.
All right, do you wish to call him as a witness?
I do, Your Honor.
Okay. Is he in the waiting room?
He should be in the waiting room, Your Honor. His name is Jordan Calvert. Jordan Calvert.
Okay.
Jordan. And here's the thing. At first I was like, oh, maybe it's a different parentage situation. But no, Jordan is a fucking country. I mean, is it really? Is that how I need to know the rest of the siblings' names? With a dad named Caprice. India, China, Jordan. They're beautiful names. There's nothing wrong with them, but I really want to know the rest.
Let's go ahead and bring him in.
And that goddamn bird, I swear to God.
Bring him in now, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Okay, is this Mr. Calvert? Jordan Calvert? You're on mute, Mr. Calvert.
Thumbs up ain't gonna do it, bud.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
All right, thank you. Sorry.
Okay. Will you raise your right hand?
Oh my God, his voice. Ah.
You swear or affirm any testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury.
Yes.
Okay. What testimony is there that you wish to add to these proceedings? And understand that the proceedings themselves, only has to do with a protective order that has been issued by Miss China Calvert. And that's with regard to the allegations that are in that protective order, or that petition. Okay, so your testimony, more specifically, and what India Calvert has been referring to, was a situation where the two of you were talking with your father and China Calvert when the father was sitting in a vehicle, So any testimony you wish to add to that?
Yeah, so like so China sent over the text message saying, hey, the freezer on the refrigerator is broken. Okay, like it won't close or won't open. So we went over there to check out everything. Now, mind you, my mom has had this house since I think 2003, and this entire time that she's had this house, I've been the primary person to come over there and make repairs to the house. When you look at the toilet in the front bathroom, the one that everyone uses, I pretty much fixed that daggone entire bathroom. All right. When it comes to the sink, I replaced the sink. In the kitchen, I replaced that. Anything my mom really needed, for the most part, I came over there and did. You know, so when she's sitting here saying all of a sudden, I want a handyman to come over here. You're not a handyman. Hey, she said, I'm not a licensed handyman. You don't need a license to be a handyman in Georgia. All right, for one. For two, I'm part owner of that house. I'm an heir to that house. So I have a right to come over there and try to fix it before, instead of paying, you know, $300, $400, $500, $600 or more, of which the estate's barely getting by because they're not contributing like that. You know, I can go over there and fix the daggone thing, get it over with. Now you got a functioning freezer all over again. But see, China is a master manipulator. Always.
Hard pause. We could literally just, I'm gonna get on a list. I might get on a goddamn list because of this. What did you say about China?
Court, always back and forth with all these court cases we've been going back and forth with.
Mr. Calvert.
Yes.
I was asking you about the incident that occurred with regard to him sitting in the car. I don't need all of that background.
Oh, I apologize, Your Honor. But yes. So with what took place there, because she didn't show the entire video. All right. India was trying to say, hey, Dad, like you're really not, you know, hearing what we're trying to tell you, essentially. Because my dad, you tell him something today, tomorrow he'll forget. All right? So the only people there is him and China. So his memories are getting refilled with, you know, whatever China's telling him. He doesn't remember any of this stuff where he went to go file these protective orders and stuff. He's the one that told China.
Okay, Mr.
Judge, he didn't care if China got
Sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
Let me reel you back in again.
I apologize. This has been frustrating, Your Honor.
We are talking about what happened when you approached the car, when the father was sitting in the car.
Yes, there was nothing aggressive from India.
I'm sorry?
There was nothing aggressive from India. The main agitator.
Again, all of these sound like words you could be using during the talk about world events, world politics. I'm laughing so hard about this for some reason. I don't know why.
who was irate was China. And if you look at the video that she sent, the person raising their voice the loudest was China. When a police officer came and we went to go speak to the police officer, because we waited for the police officer. We waited for the police officer to come there. When we was talking to the police officer, even the police officer was like, hey man, you know, maybe if this isn't working out, maybe you guys, referring to China and Dad, maybe you guys, you know, should leave. You know, he wound up telling us, hey, since this stuff is going on right now, you know, at this moment, you know, it's better that, you know, maybe you guys should go ahead and leave and try to keep your distance. But see, what she's trying to do is manipulate the whole thing of India being the administrator. And that's what was taking place. It was a show. That was a show from China. And this is a common show from China.
Okay, as a witness, what you are to testify to is just those things that you saw. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
The subjective stuff.
Well, yes, I was there.
You were there, but you're not testifying as to what you saw. You're testifying as to what you think other people are doing and what other people are attempting to do, as opposed to what you actually saw. As a witness, you just talk about what you saw, what occurred there.
Okay.
What you thought the end result of that was going to be. Okay.
I'm tracking, Your Honor. So essentially, we waited. We called them up, let them know, hey, we were there. They pull up. China comes speeding down the block. We pull up. All right, this is a small HOA community. China comes speeding down the neighborhood, pulls up, gets out immediately. What I witnessed was China being aggressive and loud. And trying to overtalk India while she was speaking to Dad, saying, hey, there's a problem with the refrigerator. We're here to fix it. China was extremely aggressive and loud the entire time, so it seemed like the entire neighborhood could hear. It essentially looked like a show. So this whole time she's sitting there with the camera in our face. I had a chest camera on because I already know it's going to be a sideshow, as it is every time. You know, and essentially India was trying to talk to Dad. She was over talking her. China was over talking India. So essentially, there was no clear dialogue going on, and China winds up calling the police. We waited for the police. We spoke with the police. We followed the police directions, and then we went on about our way.
Okay, was there anything further?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Is there anything further from either party? And this does not mean repeating what has already been testified to.
I don't have anything else, Your Honor.
Okay.
The brother doesn't have the accent. Am I wrong? He doesn't have the accent. I don't think he does. Now's the time to get your votes in if you think this is going to be issued or denied. 1 for issued, 2 for denied, 3 for I don't know. That's 1 for issued, 2 for denied, 3 for I don't know. And at the same time, you can take the opportunity to hit the like button. You can take the opportunity to take your meds. This is a med check. That means if you take meds, go take them or think about it. And if you don't, let us know what that's like. Okay, I'm seeing 1, 3, 2, denied, 3, 3, 3. I won't vote because I know the end.
So China, Calvert, you're on mute. Is there anything further you wish to add, ma'am?
I would like to make two points.
Hold on there. Yes, Your Honor, I would like to add something. The bottom line here is that there is a year support case going on. I told India not to come by, and on one of those exhibits, there's a text message I sent stating I asked them not to come by. We did not feel safe with them coming by. My father has a very good chance at getting the house. And, we shouldn't be bullied out or trying to be forced out of the property. We don't feel safe with her coming by. It's, as she says, she feels like she needs protection. She feels like she has to protect herself. Then just stay over there.
Okay. You're repeating what you've already.
Oh, okay. Well, then, okay, I am. Your Honor, then I also want to say that, as far as there's no history of abuse, as a direct rebuttal of what she said, all the bills are paid, so the bottom line is we don't feel safe.
Okay. All right, now. Are you waving your hand for some reason, Mr. Calvert?
Yes, Your Honor. In regards to what my father said,
How about we talk about the poop in the hand? Nobody's literally glossed over. Glossed over. I need answers on that, Judge.
as far as me having a pistol on me,
No,
yes, we did have a pistol.
Yeah, we're not going to go. Yeah, we're not going to go there.
And just so you know,
Listen, no matter what I tell you that's it, you continue to talk, sir. I've heard the testimony. I understand what everybody's saying. Okay, you don't have to try to hammer it in over and over again. All right. Okay, for a temporary protective order to issue, there has to have been an incident of violence, threats against the life, criminal damage to property, unlawful restraint, or criminal trespass. Okay, the court's not finding any of those to be present here. You basically have your dispute regarding property. And it's something that you're going to have to resolve between you all, but that's going to have to be in a different form and not through this protective order process. Okay, so the petition at this point is going to be dismissed. The court is not finding that there is substantial evidence to warrant the issuance of a temporary protective order. So the case is going to be dismissed. That will conclude your hearing.
Just like that. Gone, if you can believe it. What have we got next? I thought time served was going to show this, but I guess not. It's up to me to handle this one. And this one, I'll give the trigger warning a little bit. It's got some adult content in it, also a TPO hearing. Keep in mind, this is same judge, same day. This poor judge. Seriously, I feel bad for him today. So, you guys are so sweet. Let's go ahead and get this next one going. I'm not even going to tell you the little name of it because it'll give it away. And I think you'll all really love the twists and turns that this one will have. Seriously, that was sad though, and I really hope that there is some sort of adult services involved in that situation because the dad didn't look well, and he looked like he needed a lot of care to me. Anyways. Okay. Here we be. Let me like fix this. I don't know. Oh, it's because I made it big. I don't need to make it big. Leave it small. Okay, here we go. Oh, no. Oh. Amateur.
Ready.
Okay, this is a matter of Nicola Malcolm versus Latrina Rollins, case number 23 PO 4566. Let's see, Nicole, you have to have both parties raise your right hands first.
I have to raise my left hand. I'm sorry. I just had shoulder surgery. So I'm able to raise my right hand.
Okay, I'll accept that.
Thank you.
And do you swear or affirm any testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Okay.
First time I've ever heard that. I have the video of the gentleman that does not have a hand. He had a little stub. I posted that video where he took the oath with his stub, and no offense meant at all. I'm just literally saying what happened. And then, but this is interesting. Also, I want to know what you guys think. I listened to this on and off while I was doing other things today, and first, I didn't think we had any lawyerness involved, but towards the end, I come to think that perhaps somebody other than the judge has a little bit of legal experience. And I'll let you guess who I think that is.
You may put your hands down. Okay, and who is Nicola? Malcolm?
That's me.
Okay, Ms. Malcolm, you have taken out a petition for a protective order for stalking.
Yes, I have.
Okay, your testimony, ma'am. How do you know Latrina Rollins?
I met her playing flag football recreationally.
Okay.
Can I also say I have a witness who was waiting to be let in?
Okay, that witness is in the waiting room?
That's what I was told.
Okay, all right.
He's going to ask more about it, but she hurt her hand playing flag football, which is a huge part. Terry! She figured it out! Or she. I'm seeing the picture now, Terry. Thank you so much for joining and being part of the crew. We're so glad to have you. This is a family, guys. So make sure that you clock in for your shifts.
That's fine. All right, and your testimony, ma'am.
Also, you're going to need to clear any children out of the room for this one because it's some sit up.
All right, so my name is Nicola Malcolm. I met the respondent playing flag football. After about a month or less of joining the team, the respondent approached me and asked if I had ever had relations with a girl. I told her no, and that I was.
Let's just back that up again and try it. Listen again.
I met the respondent playing flag football. After about a month or less of joining the team, the respondent approached me and asked if I had ever had relations with a girl. I told her no, and that I was seeing someone, but that I was curious. So she offered, and I accepted, and we had a sexual encounter with each other, more than one, in about October 2021. Everything that happened after that has been absolutely hell for me. I've never felt so much regret or remorse or emotional abuse and manipulation in my life, but I will show you all better than I can tell. What I'm going to show is just a small fraction of what I've endured over the last year and 7 months. Although it's, like I said, a small fraction of what's actually happened. It's just the only things that I can prove today. I never imagined that another woman, 10 years my senior, would make another young woman feel this way and cause such long-term damage. And originally, I hoped to come to the court sooner, but I didn't want something like this on my record, like no one does. And I certainly did.
I don't think they put being a lesbian on your record. I don't think so. Do they in the States? Because we don't do that in Canada. We might have, I think we did before for a while, but we don't do that anymore. Do you guys do that? You keep records like that?
I want to be attached to the respondent in this way. So I was hoping I could handle things myself, or that it could be handled in our football community, but it didn't go that way. Soon after our sexual relationship ended and we decided to be friends, I noticed that the respondent wasn't necessarily in her right mind. If I had to hang up the phone with her, for example, while she was at work, at the time at Foot Locker, she would go to the bathroom, make bizarre faces, and slap herself in the head, and say that I was causing her to do those things. Why couldn't I just talk to her? And that all of her friends had abandoned her for some reason or another, like you'll hear in one of the videos that I've submitted. Outside of distancing myself because of her mental state.
She did not raise her right hand because this is my right hand. She did not raise her right hand because she injured it in flag football and then had surgery just recently. just wait. Did you see the judge's face? It's going to get even way more graphic very, very soon. And yet again, I missed seeing the judge's face. I'm so into watching this because yet again, I couldn't go back. Or did I go back? I don't even know. At one point today, I just couldn't stop. I was like, I'm going back. I know it's live.
I felt like I was just one of her victims. The respondent has an obsession that she's spoken to me about with what the gay community calls turning people out. I know this because she's told me as soon as she performed oral sex on.
Hi, Taria. Is it Taria? 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 You've come into something spicy. And Taria like Mario. That's not a word. So Mario? Maria. Oh, Taria. Taria. Okay. Um, let's just back that up a little bit and hear what she just said there. Also, I want to point something out. Again, this is a broad generalization of what is a very huge and diverse group of people, the LGBTQ community. And I think that it is overly simple to say they like to do something and encompass the whole community. That's just not the way that it works. And also, there's nothing wrong with experimenting. That's totally fine as long as everybody consents and they're old enough to consent.
I felt like I was just one of her victims. The respondent has an obsession that she's spoken to me about with what the gay community calls turning people out. I know this because she's told me as soon as she performed oral sex on me, her first comment was that she couldn't wait to tell members of our team. I asked her, why would you say something like that? And she said that people, especially our coach, would be shocked at, and these are her words, so I'm just going to say them, at how many bad bitches she's turned out. Throughout our
I missed the judge's face. I want to see it again.
Out. I know that I was just one of her victims. The respondent has an obsession that she's spoken to me about with what the gay community calls turning people out. I know this because she's told me as soon as she performed oral sex on me, her first comment was that she couldn't wait to tell members of our team. I asked her, why would you say something like that? And she said that people, especially our coach, would be shocked at, and these are her words, so I'm just going to say them, at how many bad bitches she's turned out. Throughout our attempted friendship, she proceeded to show me and tell me about multiple girls in the football community who she, in her words, turned out. And she was proud of it. She did.
Okay. Listen. Here's a problem. Guys talk like this all the time, right? This is a personality thing. This is not a lesbian thing. This is just this person's personality, and they just happen to be a lesbian. I've met guys that talk about their conquests. I've met girls that talk about their conquests. I've met anybody as much as you can, and most of them lie. Firstly, let me just say that most people are lying about their conquest if they're boasting in a stupid way. But again, like what I worry about is the generalization. And I've talked about before where if you have a bad experience with something or someone or a genre, let's call it, one time you may be turned off for your whole life, which is really sad. And luckily, I have had almost a reverse of that happen. However, does the judge need to hear all this? Probably not. But remember this day this judge has had, all right? It's going to get way worse, guys. This goes on. Also, we were talking last week about kickback parties. Is this a kickback party? Is that what they're talking about?
I did tell everyone about this, and I immediately realized that I was just one for the list. However, what held me hostage in this friendship was the fact that she held a secret that I obviously didn't want people to know, and that she didn't want people to know at the time because one of her close friends were interested in me. I realized at that point that there was no point in trying to befriend someone for the sole purpose of them holding a secret over your head. And I realized that she had already been telling people anyway about what happened. So in about April 2022, I started to distance myself.
Not cool. See, the consent thing extends all the way to boasting and talking about it. Unless you're going to do it with no name, no identifiers involved, that's okay. I'm cool with that. But if you got identifiers or a name or it's obvious, you can fuck right off. You don't get to do that unless you have explicit consent. Some people get off on that, That's some people's thing. Just talking about it. Ew. Oh, I thought of something. Don't think of that. What if that's the judge's thing?
Sorry, 1 second. And everything from there went downhill. First, she called me on one day while I was out with our team. This is something that my witness can testify to. But she had to work. She heard me talking to another teammate who she thought was interested in me. And so she threatened me repeatedly that she would come to my house, but I really didn't believe her. I also submitted an exhibit 19 where my witness, Kari, he said he hasn't been let in yet. He writes about having to come to my house because she came uninvited. Are we able to pull that up? I sent them to the clerk.
Okay, Ms. Broom.
Or let the...
You didn't invite him over when she came when you invited her? I butchered that, but she said came.
witness in.
Which one would you like for me to show now?
Exhibit 19, you said?
Exhibit 19, and if I don't know if you can let the witness in.
No, the witness will come in after you have finished testifying.
Okay, I understand.
MB, the MVP. She could just say, we slept together, we slept with each other, I didn't want anything more, and she stalked and threatened me. And I bet the judge would have appreciated that. But I'm going to tell you the truth. I sort of appreciate this for my own entertainment value. She got more than 19 exhibits. And yes, it is her that I believe. It's so weird things. It is her that I believe has some legal training. It gets exhausting. It is titillating. Oh, and we also, guys, here's a little nugget. There's a podcast where there was a diss that broadcasted in May, and we have to be on the ears for finding that because I, again, live didn't get to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, in that case, I will.
One moment. She's gonna.
Sure.
You still want her to bring up Exhibit 19? Is that correct?
He can speak to it. He wasn't sure if he would be available, so he wrote a letter into the court of what happened, and that's what Exhibit 19.
If he's going to be here to testify, then we don't need the letter.
Okay, so I'll move forward.
Yeah, forget that.
Okay.
Thank you. She came to my home uninvited, upset because she heard me speaking to another teammate, like I said. At the time, I was on the phone with my friend, and I was just very shocked that someone was outside my house uninvited. This has never happened to me in my life. So, of course, in fear of what was happening, because I was on the phone with him, I put the phone down, and he basically came over and helped me handle the situation, but I'll let him speak to it. So I tried to ignore the situation.
Just to be clear, I think this is a case of straight lesbians, no trans involved. No, nothing bad about that at all. I just think these are both biological women and I think that for a few reasons, but mostly because they're playing in a football league, a women's football league.
And try to mend things over myself kindly because that's my nature. However, things just got worse and worse. This one is going to be Exhibit 15A. The videos are short because of what the court requested, how they requested me to format them. So it's 15A, 15B, 15C, 15D, 15E, and 15F. And I would like to play all of them through. On May 24th.
Basically, what's the nature of the videos?
Yes, sir. On May 24th, the respondent called me 5 times. When I finally answered, she berated me, harassed me, called me names, and threatened to tell everyone in our social circle that I'm gay, then says that I'm not a real friend because I don't hang out with her. Then she continues with her emotional abuse by threatening to kill herself if I won't be her friend. She puts the gun to her head on FaceTime. I'm begging and pleading with her to stop. And at the end of the video, when I finally start crying, she laughs about it.
Okay, are you saying these are repeated calls? It's A, B, C, D, and E? And
A, B, C, D, E, and F are one call. After repeated calls, I finally answered the phone, and this is in one call, and I recorded it.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not into toes. Get me the fuck out of here, please. Let me be clear though, we don't kink shame. So if you're
Do
into
we have
toes, that's
sound? I'm
fine.
sorry. Do we have sound for these videos?
I'm gonna have to rethink my watermark. It's because I don't want to be identified as these people.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you could hear it. One moment.
Thank you.
She's toxic, but not like the Britney Spears song. Amy, this one's just starting.
Sheena, put it down. Put it down. I won't call anybody. I won't. Put it down. I don't think it's a game. That's why I want you to stop. I don't think it's a game. Can you put that down, please? Trina, stop. No? Can I come to you then? Look at me. Can I ask you something? Bro, you can't even talk to me? Let me ask you one thing. Can I ask you something? Can I ask you something? Here's my question to you. I won't tell anybody, but can you do me a favor? Can you please get out the house and put your phone down for 15 minutes? Put the gun down, leave your gun at home, put your phone down for 15 minutes.
How long ago did this happen, ma'am?
That wasn't it, but that was in May of last year. But what I'm trying to show you is that this is consistent and persists all the way through this year.
Okay. Now, just in relating to the incident of stalking, okay, that occurs when a person follows, places under surveillance, or contacts another person without that person's consent for purposes of harassment or intimidation.
Sure.
Okay, so without getting into the extended history, I just want to hear what has happened recently that got you to the point of where you took out this protective order.
Sure. It's hard for me to know what you would constitute as recently because this has been ongoing.
If it's been ongoing, then you can tell me, say, the past 6 months?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Any of this occurred?
Yes. In the past 6 months, after that, she has come to my house uninvited again. I have video footage of that on a Ring camera that I submitted. After which, like I said, she's sent multiple text messages. I have those as well, unanswered, just repeatedly berating me, calling me names. She has driven by my house and has texted me and said things about like where are you? Or I know you're not home. I've watched her drive by my house before. I've turned around and looked and watched her car drive by my house. She's used social media to contact all of my friends and make posts about them. Basically, and I have, like I said, all of this is submitted so I can show you, but just to give you the high level, she's made social media posts, adding all my friends, basically saying that she doesn't care who's friends with me, but then continues to say, I just want to have a conversation with her. I just want to have a conversation, which is a repeated narrative in all of these videos, calls, and social media that she just wants to talk to me, even though I've made it clear that I do not want to talk to her and I want nothing to do with her. Additionally, she has gone on a podcast, a flag football podcast, and has made threats as well that she doesn't know what she'll do if she sees us or things of that nature. I have that recorded and submitted as well. And additionally, at a football field, she proceeded to harass me. Again, when I spoke up for myself, she walked by me and said, and her words were, if you speak...
A flag football podcast, and I happen to know because they mention it later that it aired on May 4th. Flag football, women's flag football in Atlanta. If somebody is wanting to go on a little deep dive.
To me, I'm going to hurt you. And when I approached her to deal with the issue and asked her, why do you keep doing this? After this long, a year and 7 months, there's not been 1 month that's gone by without her harassing me, contacting me, texting my friends to try and check on me. She's directly and indirectly contacting me repeatedly in any method or mode that she can get to. And even after that, I've tried to approach her. It doesn't work.
Oh, I forgot. This is a cock block case, just so you know. I'm just pre-warning you now. I just remembered it. But it's so worth the listen. It's so juicy. But it wasn't anything of my fault. Judge had to take it under advisement. But just listen to all of it.
When I leave the scene, she walks around, she shows people text messages, pictures of me, and continues to tell people that I'm just upset that I'm gay and that we had relations. That's what she's telling people. Even after the TPO was granted, she continued to contact my friends via DM and tell them, like, I can't believe this girl, she's trying to take football away from me. I have those screenshots as well.
Okay, now is this situation, I guess, with regard to the football, still continuing to where you two come in contact with one another?
Well, this was recent. That was in April, that experience, and then I submitted that May 8th. I think it was May 8th that she went on the podcast and spoke about me as well.
Okay.
So
what I'm asking you is that, with regard to the football, does that put you within the proximity of one?
Hold on, was it May 8th? I'm wrong. May 8th for the football podcast.
Another.
If we're playing football, so there are seasons that are on and seasons that are off. Or there are times where we're on season and off, excuse me. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, when there's a season happening, yeah, we could be around each other. Or if there's a tournament, tournaments are ran
random, they could be at any time, then yes, we might be around each other. Yes, that is true. But she also comes around me outside of football voluntarily by herself, decides to either come to my home or drive by my home. So even
Okay, I understand that part of it. Okay. The only reason I was asking is that if the evidence shows that a protective order should issue, then how do you address the issue with the football, which is a recreational activity that the two of you engage in?
yeah, I don't know that that's up to a victim of this type of abuse.
No, I'm telling you what I'm wrestling with.
Okay.
That's why I was asking that.
I feel like multiple people in the football community, including our coaches and managers, have tried to sit her down and talk to her about this more than once. She's been kicked off of a women's professional tackle team for doing the same thing to another young lady, the same exact thing. So I feel like if she knows what the repercussions are of her actions, and that for a year and 7 months, she's known that she's been doing all of this, I can't speak to what we should do about football. If that is something that she enjoys, then she should have left me alone. I shouldn't have to not enjoy something because someone is stalking me. So I don't know what I can do. I can give the order to the leaders of the league that we play in, and they can decide what they want to do as far as game schedules, game times. We're not on, the only 2 teams in the league. Games can run all day long. So they can make a schedule that would be suitable for the order. And that's the most that I can say or do, because I don't know what else to say or do.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not asking you to make that decision. Okay, the court will make that decision. All right. Now, is your witness's testimony just going to be cumulative with regard to yours? Pretty much the same testimony?
Yes. I mean, I can't say what he is going to say. I know that we're pressed for time, but it took a lot out of me to put all this together and come here today. So it would mean a lot to me to have an opportunity to show some of these things and to have him speak to this, because it took a lot out of me to come here today.
Okay, let's bring your witness in. What's your witness's name?
Thank you. His name is Kari Ogle.
I'm sorry, Judge. Am I allowed to ask her witness a question?
I will allow you cross-examination, but it has to be cross-examination about her testimony and not anything with regard to statements or anything of that nature.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your questions?
Yes.
Go ahead.
What's
your question?
I want to ask him, was I in?
So there's a confusion here. The judge thinks she means questioning the petitioner. The respondent wants to question the witness who's not testified yet. That's why he's so confused, because oh god.
Outside the house when he came, and what did she look like? She was in a scared or vulnerable state when she came outside to speak with him.
With him, who are you talking about?
She said a young man came over to check on her. She was on the phone with the young man. I don't know who witnessed the young man that was at her house.
Okay.
Who's a witness?
You are indicating that you were there at her house?
No, I'm asking, where was I? I'm asking him. She said I was there. I'm asking where was I when she said he came.
Is that a question for her, or do you want to question the witness that she brings?
Him. She said I was in her house when he came over. Did he see me? I was like.
Okay. Do you understand her question, ma'am?
Yeah, I don't know what she's getting at. I think she's asking whether my witness saw her at my house. And he can answer. I don't know if he can hear us or if he...
Excuse me, Judge. I need the witness to please start their video. I'm not sure if they even hear what's going on right now.
I didn't want the other witness in until we finished with our primary witness here, Ms. Malcolm.
Okay, so do you want to put the witness back in the waiting room?
Well, do you have any further questions, ma'am, or do you wish to have the question propounded to?
No, Your Honor. No, Your Honor. No.
Okay, let's bring the witness in.
Maybe you could please search your video.
Turn on your camera and unmute. Okay, sir, if you would raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm any testimony you're about to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're familiar with the proceedings that are going on here?
Yes, sir.
Everybody put your hand down, sir.
All right.
All right, and what is it that you wish to add to this?
So I did give a written statement. I don't know if that was submitted or not.
Well, tell me what your statement said, sir.
Gotcha. So my statement was about the incident.
Sorry, before you get started, could you please state and spell your name, please?
Okay, my name is Kari Ogle. First name Khari. Last name Ogle, Ogle.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
All right. So what I was here to speak about is the incident that occurred where Nicola and the lady that's here today were at her home.
Pronunciation of people's names means something. When a person's name is spelled one way but pronounced another way, what that means is that, and I told this one time to somebody, I felt really bad, but I don't even know her anymore, so I'm going to tell this story. The girl's name was spelled Tamara, Tamara, or Tamara, I suppose. She comes in and she tells me it's Tamada, like with a D. And I'm like, what? She goes, you pronounce it Tamada. And I was like, did your parents convince you of that your whole life? She's like, what? I was like, they have had you realize they spelt it with a fucking R, and then they've taught you to go and tell people to say it with a D? And she just looked at me like, what? And I was like, you're fucking joking. This is ridiculous. That's not how you say your name.
And we were on the phone prior, and as we were on the phone on FaceTime, I heard somebody knocking the door, ring the doorbell. She made the comment that, oh wow, she came to my house. I had an idea of who she might have been, but at the time I wasn't 100% sure. As I was on the phone, I could only hear the audio. There was no visual at the time, and it sounded like she was very, very upset. And her voice sounded like, like she was in a stress situation. And the phone was then disconnected. I'm not sure how. I reached out to her sister, explained to her sister what was taking place. And told her, how Nicola sounded, and she thought that it was best that I go by the house. At that time, I did drive over to the house. I came up to the door, knocked on the door. At that point, Nicola came to the door and told me that, that she was okay, that she was safe, and that I could just wait into the car, that she was going to resolve whatever was taking place. But she wanted me to at least stay there and wait in the car until she got back, until she finished, I guess. And so at that point, when they had finished, I saw her leave out of the house.
You saw who leave out of the house?
Hoodie on. I guess the defendant that's here today.
Okay. All right. Is there anything further?
No, that is all.
Okay. You have any questions for this witness, ma'am?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. You may be excused, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Is there anything further?
Are you asking? Not unless you want to see the exhibits from what I'm, that I submitted regarding what I'm discussing.
Your testimony has been sufficient.
Okay.
All right. Okay, your testimony, Ms. Rollins?
Okay. I am not guilty or liable for stalking Miss Malcolm when I never followed her, placed her under surveillance, contacted her without her consent, and lastly, it was never from a purpose of harassment and intimidating her. I have never directed conduct to her that would cause her emotional distress. I also never threatened her or caused her to fear for her safety. I have substantial evidence that disproves these stalking allegations. From October 21st to about April 22nd, I was in a consensual relationship with Miss Malcolm. We were on the same football team. We attended practices, group functions, out-of-state trips together before, during, and after the failed relationship. There were times post-relationship that we didn't speak to one another. And there were other times where we did. We played the same position, so we had to kind of converse on the field. It's unbelievable. A year later, I am now someone who is considered intimidating and someone who she has to be afraid of, especially after I was threatened by her as a recent of April 23rd, 2023, excuse me. The petitioner has been verbally hostile and threatened to fight me in public places with witnesses present. I have never in a pattern or routine basis communicated with Ms. Malcolm when communication was unwanted. After the relationship ended in May 2022, I did reach out to her numerous times in an attempt to maintain the relationship. This was not one-sided communication. It was also limited in nature. For over a year, I have not made any attempts to reconcile with her. After each instant of supposed one-sided communication, there was corresponding communication initiated by Ms. Malcolm, either through text, FaceTime, even a request from a close friend of hers asking me to unblock her. And that's on July 1st, my evidence of July 1st, third party. She contacts me and tells me to unblock Ms. Coley. For example, on June 11th, she alleged that I showed up to her house unannounced when moments before we were texting and she was waiting for me outside the pool party we just left. That's also stated that's in there. I have pictures of June 11th party with the team. I also have, a text message stating that she told me she would wait for me to get my things, but I wasn't ready to leave the party. I did ultimately come back, in 2022, I left the team after it became stressful for me to tolerate. The petitioner expressly asked me to come back to the team along with other members of the team. She, on the other hand, never left the team or felt uncomfortable or unsafe, even enough to leave the team. I did ultimately come back and we played together. We were in the same space together, often without issues. I have photographs and videos to prove that. Since after May, she came actually to a bowling event I put on in September. We went to a birthday party at a club. We traveled to DC together for a Lynn Lewis tournament. And all these places we were around each other for a lengthy amount of time. Naturally, there was some, excuse me. Since that time, however, I made a final decision to leave the team for good after Ms. Malcolm began a smear campaign about me. Naturally, there was some back and forth between myself and the organization as a whole. And there were generic posts with regards to them and my decision to leave the team. Tried not to mention the petitioner by name for this very reason. Additionally, she and I are not friends on social media, so any discovery of posts or content on my page were heavily researched by the petitioner, and it previously stated were not directed towards her. There is no testimony or evidence that my actions place her in fear. Therefore, there is insufficient evidence of stalking. Going back to that May incident, she said it happened on May 24th. I submitted evidence that I have a screenshot of my iMac computer where it holds, I have it to where it holds messages forever. It's dated May 15th, the day I sent her the apology video. On May 16th, she responded to me because she had me call my friend that day.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Lady,
I don't know if you
was that a iMac flex? I have an iMac in my kitchen, but it is now a lamp. Also, forever? Forever, ever? Forever?
I'm gonna pull it up or even just read it to you, but it's May 16th answering the June 2nd agreement. 2 weeks after this happened, we were at a pool party at our coach's house. I also have pictures of that, and she was sitting next to me actually. Our coach actually, I have another video of us actually just having a good time, just having fun. No like bad feeling, ill will. I have it goes back to July. She called me several times on July. July 12th. I have that also as well. She called me multiple times, and 5 days later, we're at our coach's house having a great time. No bad blood, no argument, no I'm feeling, uncomfortable or anything. The day of April, she's speaking up when she said I disrespected her. I did submit a picture of the park. I got there early. I did not see her because prior weeks before, I played for a new team, but they're out of Alabama. So this particular weekend, they wasn't here because they come every other weekend to play 4 games. I didn't know she still played. That's why I agreed to play with them, because prior to, we played the team she still plays for, but she was nowhere there. She currently does not play flag football. I'm an active player. I was actually recruited by the national champions. They're out of DC called Lady Elite. I now have to travel back and forth to practice with them. Honestly, Your Honor, I never saw her outside of football. Never ever had any kind, after our incident, I never seen her out of football but at football.
I'm sorry, what? Were you guys doing lots of scissor stretches and stuff at football or what?
That's the only place I see it. And I thought it was okay. I thought it was good. The reason why she was mad because I was laughing. She thought I was laughing at her friend who was on her team with her. And it started a big scene. The manager of the team tried to fight me. I also submitted some documents of that as well. They recorded the game, but they actually recorded her in the background saying she's gonna tear my ass up. Her, Nicola, and maybe 7 or 8 of her friends, they followed me to the car. I have a statement from one of the girls that I was standing at the fence talking to. And I also have a statement where I have a witness. She was actually with me that whole day, was actually walking with me when we was walking to the car. She has a statement as well. I don't know if you want to speak with her or not, but she's been here since of June when we went to practice, July, we went to practice and we had a meeting with our coaches saying, we're going to stay away from each other and we're just here to play football. She's been here since July and I have kept telling her things that have been happening when Nicola pops up, when I was already there, just to have a paper trail because Nicola has threatened to tell law enforcement on me before. So I just kept a paper trail, but she knows everything because she's been there since. And she was actually there the day of April 16th when Nicola and 8 of her friends surrounded me and wanted to fight me. And I also submitted a document, she's not here, of Misha Rainey, who was there at the fence when I was talking to. They all surrounded me at the fence. I don't know if you want to witness them, but I'm pretty much done.
The judge is pretty much done too. He's literally look at this. Watch this judge, his face right now when I hit play again. Poor man. We joke a lot like, oh, do you think this is what the judge thought they were going to be dealing with when they became a judge? But I really feel for him right now. Oh my God. Can you fucking imagine what Judge Manning would do with this case? Holy shit. I'd pay good money. Good money. Real money. Not KCC points. Money. I'd even transfer it into US dollars to see that.
I don't know if you want to witness them, but I'm pretty much done. I do want to, I don't know if I can say it now. I do want to file a defamation claim. She's taking the one thing that my livelihood. I've been playing flag for 6 years now, 5 with the same team. I just want to play football. I have no problems with her. She's not an active player right now, and I don't play here, but my team does travel here for tournaments sometimes. Like, I don't have to play in state, but she's not an active player, so I feel like I'm eventually going to retire to coach kids. I currently coach girls in high school, so I would like to take them to the games, take them to the tournaments, so they can see the games, talk to players, and see how it's on a different level from them. Yes, we had a relationship that went bad. That's honestly what happened. And I never thought in a million years that we'll be here today. The time gaps between her from July to September, that's my question. Why does she do this sooner? If there a big of a problem, why she felt so threatened. And then she stated on June 11th that she pushed me back down to my car. Well, if I'm stalking you, why are you coming outside to meet me anyway? And why are you putting your hands on me if I'm stalking you? The podcast, I put several evidence stating that we were talking about football. And when I said, if I see them, I don't know what happened. I've been dealing with this, Your Honor, for a few years now. They make me feel uncomfortable. I don't talk to them about on the team. All the friends she said are hers. They're definitely mine too, but they started distancing themselves from me. And I noticed that, and I asked them about it, and it just got to a place where we are here today. I don't no longer talk to those people. I left the team because I felt uncomfortable. Nicola's still very active over there. If she felt any type of way, she would have left, but she didn't. I left. I didn't want to. I built that team from the ground up with that coach. And that's all I really want. And that's the only thing she has is the football, to keep me away from football, to have this protective order against me.
Okay, let me ask you this, ma'am. Do you have a witness here?
Yes, sir.
Present today?
Yes, sir.
Do you wish to call that witness to testify?
Yes, sir.
And what basically is that witness going to testify to?
She was there through it all. She was there from April 16th. She was there at the June 11th pool party when it seemed that everything was okay. She's been there at the Bolero. She knew. She was the one talking to Nicola about telling Nicola it was my event, and Nicola still came. So she was there for pretty much all of it.
Okay. Ms. Malcolm, you were trying to say something?
Your Honor, am I able, before we get to the witness, to ask the respondent questions about things that she stated?
Yes, you may.
And to show evidence to the opposite of things that she stated?
You will be able to ask her questions.
Okay.
About her testimony.
And if the evidence that
by way of cross-examination.
Okay. And if the evidence that I had that you told me what I said was sufficient, would disprove what she is saying that I did want to show, I still cannot show that.
You have an opportunity for rebuttal after we have finished with the defense's side.
Okay, thank you. All right, I will cross-examine.
And the questions need to be regarding her testimony, okay?
Yes, sir. They will be regarding statements that she's made. You had mentioned June 11th, and you said that this was at the pool party, Your Honor. We did attend a pool party after the incident of the video that was shown.
You're asking questions.
I'm so sorry. Look at this sigh. Look at this sigh. Oh, okay, so I obviously missed this part. She gets a little better towards the end. Somebody has prepared her. I don't know if she went to a lawyer or a paralegal or what, but this lady has done a little bit of research and she's got some inkling of what the process is and what she's allowed to do. Yet she falls trap to the very common problem that most pro se litigants have with, and that is asking questions. They immediately want to give the backstory to the question instead of just trusting the judge to be able to get it. So I'm going to go back here a moment and just watch the judge. It's like he was like, okay, this lady's going to ask some questions. And then she starts on her little side rant and he's just like, Big sigh. And it interrupts. It's a thing of beauty.
That she's made. You had mentioned June 11th, and you said that this was at the pool party, Your Honor. We did attend a pool party after the incident of the video that was shown.
You're asking questions. You don't have
Yes,
to
I am.
explain your question to me.
Okay, no problem. On June 11th, when I said I was waiting outside of the place for you, what place was that?
It was in the parking lot of our coach's garage where the pool was connected to.
I said that because you were intoxicated and we're going to drive.
Hold on a minute. Are you asking her a question? You are asking questions at this point.
Okay.
They need to be questions, not statements.
Okay. Why did I say that I would wait for you outside of the pool party?
I have no idea. I came outside and I sat in your car and we talked, and then your friend Deja came out and I said, I'm going back inside. Because again, you stated that I said I wasn't ready to go.
Did you leave after me? Did you follow me to the car?
No.
You did not follow me to my car and open my vehicle and get in it on your own?
No.
How did you get in my vehicle?
You unlocked the doors, you said get in. And we talked. I sat in your car and we talked.
That is a lie.
Ma'am, I'm not going to tell you, Miss Malcolm.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to tell you again.
Okay.
You are to ask questions. Now,
yes, sir.
If you deviate from that again, I'm going to stop the cross-examination.
No problem. Okay. Afterwards, were you invited to my home?
No. I told you I was coming.
And what did I respond and say to you?
Let's see. You didn't. It took you a while to respond, but I was already there. I submitted June 11th, so you can bring that up. June 11th, I told you I'd wait for you. It's all on there. You can read it. It's all there.
Did I ask you to leave my home once you came?
You came outside with me, yes.
And did I ask you to leave my home?
And I did.
Did you immediately leave my home?
No, I said, let me sit right here for a second. And then I went to my car and then I left. But before you pushed me down the steps, yeah, I walked down the steps. You just pushed me, so I said, okay. Again, you stated that I was intoxicated, but I stayed at the party to sober up. And I came to your house.
And you drove yourself to my home?
Yes.
Okay.
What is the nature of this?
I'm going to move to the next statement because I can only ask questions. You also mentioned a birthday at the club. At that event,
in November, we went to Experience. When you came there, we came from a strip club and went to Experience, and they called you to come because you was at another.
Am I the one who is asking the questions?
I didn't know what club you're talking about. We've been to several clubs together.
Our coach had a party at the club at a place called Tacos and Tequila. Indicator.
Tacos and tequila. Oh, that goes right with the little lesbian vibe. Like all three.
I didn't come there.
You did not remove my purse from a section and run out of the club because I wouldn't speak to you?
No.
You also mentioned travel in October when our team went to Washington, D.C.
Your hometown, yes.
You said that this took place without incident. When we were at a restaurant with our team, did you sit across from me at the table?
I was talking to a teammate, yes.
Did you stare at me at that table?
No, all you said was you want to take us outside, and we went outside, and I was like, you want to fight? But we went outside to talk, and then we had a meeting, so we walked to the meeting together. I also, Your Honor, I had submitted the picture of October 14th, the Chalk Talk, in Lynn Lewis. We're sitting across from each other, and at the dinner.
Ma'am, all you have to do is just answer her question. You don't have to get into anything above and beyond.
I submitted it, but what was your question?
Who walked into the Chalk Talk first, me or you?
We walked in together.
Okay. Now, you also mentioned a meeting in July with our coaches. When we had that meeting in July, did our 3 coaches have to hold you back from fighting me?
No, that was you. Because, excuse me, Your Honor, because I called her a hoe. I did not try to fight you. You tried to fight me. And I said, and I quote, she keeps trying to fight me in places. I'm not going to keep taking this from her. I wish I would have.
Next question, Ms. Malcolm.
Okay. You said that I started a smear campaign. Who have I spoken to publicly or privately about you?
Wait, I don't understand the question.
You said that I started a smear campaign. I'll just ask one part. Who have I spoken to publicly about you?
The 8 people you brought with you on April 16th, they were my friends as well. They're no longer my friends, so I asked them why.
Is that hearsay that I've spoken to them about you? Or you think that I spoke to them about you? Because
I mean, a lot of this is hearsay, to be honest.
Do you know
I
that
don't
I've
think
spoken to them
either.
about you?
Oh, hold on.
Yes.
I don't think either of you know what hearsay is. I take back my legal experience. I think she had somebody help her. I'm trying to cook. I have to cook now. This hearing is the best. Seriously, it's amazing. Oh, think that right now too. This is seriously hilarious to me. Judge's face is Judge. I just feel like I'm so sorry, Judge. I'm sorry. I don't know how you vet this. I don't know how you preemptively say like that's not worthy of being heard, but some of this shit is ridiculous. And again, this comes down to if somebody doesn't want to be with you, don't be with them. That's it. And leave them alone.
How?
One of them told me.
CRD, I have a video already titled She Said, She Said. Otherwise, I would have called it that. But I already have a video about 2 lesbians and a case that I posted like 2 months ago. One of my early works.
Okay. You said that you try not to mention me by name. In your post that you posted on Instagram and on Facebook, did you mention me by name?
On the what post? I said I probably mentioned you by name, but I didn't tag you, or you don't follow me, and those people don't follow me, so I don't understand how you saw it anyway.
You also said that. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
You also said that I haven't submitted evidence of fear, and I verbally submitted. Questions. You said that you have to travel to play flag football. My first question: why didn't you join any Atlanta teams? There are over 14.
Because I've been a Tiger for 5 years, and that's just like me and my old coach thing. Like it's just a rule of conduct, rule of code. Like you can't. I don't know. It's like the Lakers can't go play for Celtics, so you can't. Like it's just something I said I wouldn't do. I would give him that much respect and not play for any team in Atlanta. So the actual team I do play for, what I play for to practice with, because I couldn't get up there to DC because I'm a bodybuilder and I had to stay around to prep for my show. That Bama team comes here, so I figured that was a way for me to practice and keep the reps and keep the my motor skills for flag football there. So when I do travel with my team, I'll be okay. Just like when I saw you in Virginia, you was playing with a totally different team, but you only played 5s with them. I didn't expect you to see you playing 8s with them as well, and I play 8s. I don't play any other style. So I didn't know you was gonna be there. And that's why I was recruited by this team a year and a half ago. I turned them down because I just thought I'd retire a Tiger. Like I thought I would retire being a Tiger, the team I helped build, but I didn't. So I ended up joining their team.
Were you put off of the Atlanta Rage women's professional football team?
No, I quit. And actually, the general manager who suspended me, she's actually been fired for the same reason she accused me of doing. The owner of the team, which is our Atlanta Tigers head coach, he said, just wait around, Trina. I'm going to put you back on the team. Just keep waiting. But I told him, honestly, I don't want to be on the team because it's the same girls that I just came with from Flag, and I don't feel comfortable playing with them over here. Like I used to say, you don't have to worry about them. You don't have to interact with them. I was like, no, I just don't want to. So I ended up playing tackle with Alabama, the Flag team I played with for a little bit, just to gain that chemistry.
You mentioned an accusation from that team. What was the accusation against you?
That I was a bully. But
can you be more specific about the events that took place?
I told a friend some things that the manager of the Tigers was saying about her, and she said I told her in a rudely way, and she didn't like it, and she told the general manager.
Was part of this accusation about your harassment after having sexual relations with this person?
I never had sexual relations with this person. She's a straight woman.
Okay. And after this event, there are several people that you mentioned that.
That was so funny. Oh gosh. This case has it all. Also, I am making bacon. That's what I've decided. Also, the angle is going to be different because I started early and everything's on the table instead of set up. So this is how we roll now.
I did a smear campaign against you for. Those individuals are also on the Atlanta Rage. Is that correct?
I just stated that, yes.
And they're aware of the accusations that were against you and another young lady, correct?
No. One that I included that said she was dating, but not the ones that you brought around you on April 16th. No.
Okay. At the incident that took place in April at the park, did you have games that day?
No, I came to watch. I come support other players. Like as you saw, everyone loves to say they haven't seen me in a while. I was saying hi. I came to support women's flag football.
Did you have options for where you could sit that day?
Yes.
Where did you choose to sit?
I sat in the bleachers facing field 1. The Atlanta Lady Tigers were sitting behind me in the gazebo facing field 2.
Did you have an option to sit away from the people? Did you have an option to sit away from the petitioner who has claimed that you stalked her?
I didn't see the petitioner until she walked around and said, I want to know what the fuck is so funny. I didn't know you were there.
Okay.
Isn't she the petitioner? I'm confused. She is the petitioner. What's going on?
I never moved from my seat. I was facing the field 1. I did not know y'all was playing on that field. I did also submit the schedule that day that showed it has no field numbers on it. But I didn't know I thought y'all was playing on that field, so I was facing this field. Because y'all again was having a discrepancy with your team in the corner. Your best friend was crying in the corner and fighting with the coach. They was about to fight each other or something. I don't know what
that's not what you were laughing at.
No.
Okay. Why did you hop the fence over the fence from the bleachers to the field where I was standing?
Because the manager of the Tigers said, she don't play flag. Excuse me again. She'll beat my ass out here.
Cool. A moment. Yeah, let me just ask a question.
Sure.
When did all of this occur? How long ago?
This was 2 months ago. This is in April.
Okay.
Less than 2 months ago.
All right, proceed.
Okay. So after after, okay, I'm sorry. How did you all end up in a verbal altercation?
I have no idea, and I would like to ask you that, but I have no idea.
Did you participate in the verbal altercation?
Yeah, I'm asking. I said I don't want to fight. I want to talk, and she said no. I want to fight. That's when I proceeded to jump over the fence, and then the ref came over and said, "Trina, get her back over there." But soon after the game, he said, "Okay, Trina, you can come back over here."
So a referee had to be called to ask you to go to the other side.
I was already on the other side.
Okay. At the end of the game, I was standing on the fence, and my friends and I were about to leave. You and Nicole were leaving. What did you say to me on your way out?
Nothing. It was a game. I was watching the Rebels and the Rebel X play each other. Me and Nicole left. We got to the fence to talk to Cher and Misha. You and 8 of your friends surrounded me, and Nicole was on the outside.
Did you threaten me?
Circle.
Did you threaten me before that moment?
No.
Okay. When we got to the parking lot, what are the words that I was using when I was talking to you?
You want to hurt me?
Why would I say that if you didn't?
Fight? You're in my face. You want to fight? You drop your purse in front of me. You're jumping in front of my face. I'm just like, I don't know what to do. I'm walking away. And that's when the owners came over trying to calm us down. And excuse me again, she said, fuck that. I'm finna sell this right here. I'm trying to walk to my car. They proceeded to follow me to my car. You proceeded to follow me to my car. Arnold saying, just don't say anything, Trina. You're still screaming irate things of nobody wants you on your team. You're 40. You need to grow up. And I'm still not saying anything. So I'm trying to be the adult here. We walking still to my car and they still follow me.
I'm using my elbow to turn that on. Oh my God. Did she just say that was she insulted? I'm falling over. She insulted her by calling her 40? That's fucking hilarious. That's Patty. Oh my God. Okay, I'm elbowing us back on mute.
Me. I stopped. I said, I'm not going to my car because they keep following me. We waited a few moments. I was about to walk to my car, and Nicole is standing in front of my car. And I said, see, I'm not going to my car. And then she said she's been stalking me. I said, no, I haven't. I said, whatever happened is when we was in a consensual relationship, but it wasn't a stalking. It was trying to mend our relationship. And I said, yes, I did say those things. You're gay and you want nobody to know, but I don't see what that has to do. And then that's when you left. You got in your car and left. And I stayed after and I talked to the league owner and the captains of the Rebels team that was all at the fence when we walked away.
Okay, so when I left, you proceeded to talk to people. Did you show them text messages?
No, the ones that tried to keep us, to stop you from coming jumping on me. It was the players that was trying to break it up, was trying to keep you away from me because you was just jumping around and trying
Can you answer the question that I asked, please? I asked when I left.
No.
Did you show text messages to individuals there?
No.
Did you show them pictures of us and continue to talk about me there?
No.
You immediately went home?
No, they were talking to me, asking me was I okay. A spectator came and said I should put a PTO on you because that was just too much. Why is she so angry? The manager, the captain of the Rebels team that you play fives with just told me to just not worry about it, just to ignore it, just to be the bigger person in the situation. Don't keep talking back to her. They were just pretty much trying to make sure that I was okay for my safety. Because again, I was approached by 9 people.
Okay. And soon after, the next week, you were on a podcast. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So your comments about seeing...
it's the next week. It was maybe 3.5 weeks later. It was April 16th you stayed in. May 4th is, I'm not sure the dates. When was the game? The game was April 16th. The podcast was May 4th, 5th.
Okay. After that event, you were on a podcast. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And is that when you made the statements about not knowing what you do if you see any players?
Yes. And I was going to put a protective order against a few of y'all as well.
Did you say that did you say that on the podcast?
I said I don't know what can happen. I can't. Why would I say that to forewarn y'all about it? I know what I wanted to do. I've been speaking to a lawyer since then to see what I could do.
Okay. How did I react to that?
I don't know. We haven't talked.
Right. Have I contacted you after the event at the field?
The April 16th?
Sure.
Yes or no?
Yes. I'm talking about April 16th.
No, I didn't contact you either.
Did I contact you after the podcast?
No, but at the field, April 16th, you did bring up the February 12th.
Answer the question. Did I contact you after the podcast?
On February 12th.
Who the hell is George?
Yes, you talked about
Hold
that
on.
at the field.
Hold on. This is weird. I didn't notice this earlier. The fuck is George? I'm being serious. Hold on, I'll get my ass out of the way here. It says George. I'll show it. Now it's not gonna make any goddamn sense unless you make this screen bigger. Oh, hold on. This way. George. Seriously, what the hell? There's no lawyers except for the judge and George, evidently. How long has George been up here? This is so weird. Seriously, the bottom right or bottom left. His name's not even George. The judge, his name is Winston Bethel. Oh, man. ADHD, ADHD, 88. Oh my God, I can't even say it. Take your meds, people. Med check.
I didn't understand the question. Yes, you did. You said on Facebook Pop. On Facebook Pop. What's up?
Did I talk to you after? I think that you have your dates.
Okay, I'm going to have to stop this line.
Okay,
You're just going,
Okay.
rehashing a lot of stuff, and you're doing it step by step. Okay?
Sure.
Just where are we headed with this line of questioning?
I think I'm trying to, so that when I say my ending statements, I'm going to show that a lot of the things she's saying are lying under oath because I have exhibits to prove that what she's saying are untrue.
Okay.
Me as well.
Are there any other questions you have for this witness?
No, I don't.
Okay. We will bring in your witness at this point.
Thank you.
What is your witness's name?
Nicole Etheridge.
Okay, is this Miss Nicole Etheridge?
Yes, it is.
Okay, if you would raise your right hand, please. You swear or affirm any testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury.
Yes.
Okay. Your testimony regarding any issues going on between the parties here?
Yes.
Your testimony?
Okay.
Awkward.
Mostly, I've been around Trina and this situation since about July. I've seen her having to deal with the situation as it went on, and I was privy to everything that happened on April 16th. Mostly starting in July, Trina, I didn't know the whole situation at the time. Trina and Nicola, I guess, had been in relationship.
Let me do this. Let me direct you to.
Thank you.
What is it that happened on April 16th?
Okay. On April 16th, I showed up at the field to watch some flag football games, and I got there while the Tigers were playing their first game. After their game, I saw Trina. I was heading to my car, and I just kind of directed her where I was sitting. And then I got back from my car and I was just sitting there watching the game. Eventually, I went to sit where she was, and she was with some of her other friends that she knew at the game. We were pretty much just sitting, watching the games and talking and having a good time. And then the Lady Tigers, they weren't playing. They were behind us, kind of at the back of the pavilion, kind of by the other field. And they were having some type of altercation, and I turned and looked, and
When you say altercation, what do you mean?
one of the players was upset and having an argument with the coach, and other players were holding that player back.
Okay.
And then Trina made a comment about, wow, they said the bad stuff on the team was me, and I'm not even on the team anymore. And then we just kind of went back to talking and watching the current game. The current game we were watching ended, and the Tigers began to take the field. So they came around us and crossed like the fence in front of us to take the field. Like they were on the other side of the fence. And I heard Nicola, and she was walking with the team manager of the Tigers and one of the other players. And she said, like, what the F are you laughing at? And I like looked up and I was shocked. And Trina like looked up and she was like, what? Is she talking to me? And then from then on, she was like, are you talking to me? Like, I haven't done anything, you know, stuff like that. And Nicola walked away, and Trina kept asking her, why are you talking to me? I'm not talking to you. And Nicola, I heard her say to one of the other players that Trina had laughed at her friend, which is Deja, while Deja was crying. And then the other players started interacting with Trina and yelling at her and telling her to sit down, why are you here, stuff like that. The manager of the Tigers kept talking about that to Trina, and then she was telling her she was going to fight her. She was like, I don't even play flag, I'll beat you up, kind of thing. And then they were going back and forth, and other players were also jumping in the conversation. I think at this point, Nicola wasn't talking, like she was sitting down. And then the team manager walked towards us and kept telling Trina that she would fight her. And Trina was like, what? The fence isn't going to save you? Is that why? Like, is that what the problem is? And she just stood on the other side of the fence. Like, she jumped over the fence and just stood there. And she told the girl, she was like, I don't want to fight. I want to talk. But if you want to fight, you know, fine. And then that girl walked away. Her girlfriend came over and was like, I'll fight you. Just let me heal first. And Trina was like, what? And then some other players were talking to her, and their Tigers game had started at this point. So they kind of directed their attention back, and Trina was just like standing there. And one of the refs came over and was like, Trina, go back over there. And she was like, all right, I'll do it for you. And they were like, smiling.
Just so you guys know, I thought so too. This story has not even come to the part of the argument yet. Can you believe that? Like, she's not even reached the point where they had their interaction. Ugh.
And we sat down and watched the game. And through the game, Trina kept saying, like, how did this even start? Like, what even happened? And it took her a while to just kind of get out of it. Like, she was mad at herself for even talking to them. But we watched the game. It went well. She was cheering on, you know, her friends and stuff, which is why we came to the game. After that game ended, we watched another game. We were just talking about football stuff and talking with like our other friends that were sitting over there. I thought all the Tigers had left, but some of them were still there. And Nicola walked to the fence, like on the other side of where we were sitting, of the bleachers. So like we couldn't see like the far end of the field on our side. But I was like, oh, I guess there are still some people here from the Tigers. And we just watched the game. Like it kind of ignored them. We didn't do anything. After the game ended, we got up and walked to the car, like we were leaving. Nicola was on one side by the fence, and then some other Tigers players were on the other side. So it's like we were walking Nicola on one side and the other people on the other side by the pavilion, and we have to walk through them. As we walked through them, Kristen and Tan, like I turned my head and I was like, bye guys. And they were like, bye Nicole, bye Nicole. Like they said it a couple times, like louder, so Trina would know that they weren't talking to her. And we just kept walking, and I was shaking my head, and I was like, that was uncalled for. They didn't have to be mean about it. And we just like kept walking, and I could say a quarter of the way to the fence, Nicola started yelling, like, hurt me, you want to hurt me, something like that. And then we just kept walking, and I'm like, what is going on? And she just kept yelling as we like walked out of that area. We walked down the sidewalk, and I think we saw our friends Misha and Cher at the fence, and we just went over to say hi to them. And like out of the corner of my eye, I could see Nicola with like, I guess like 8 other people. They were walking kind of toward us, like a little fast. Like they had been at the pavilion. Like I didn't see them getting their stuff together before, and at this point they were coming kind of toward us. And then we were talking to Misha and Cher, and I was like, oh, they'll probably just walk past, because like I couldn't hear them really yelling at that point. So we were just talking to our friends, and then when they got to us, they surrounded us at the fence, which was a little claustrophobic, but then we just tried to walk through them and head to the parking lot.
Is that the judge's phone that he just grabbed? Oh, we gotta go back. I thought it was a bar of chocolate. I thought he was reaching for an emergency chocolate piece. Like, oh, this is going to put me into a problematic. What was the guy said the other day? He takes his blood glucose really seriously. God, that's a deep inside joke, I guess. I don't know. Didn't that just happen? That just happened the other night. Some loser was like, I take my blood glucose. What did he say? I take my blood glucose really seriously.
Couldn't hear them really yelling at that point. So we were just talking to our friends, and then when they got to us, they surrounded us at the fence, which was a little claustrophobic, but then we just tried to walk through them and head to the parking lot. I got through them very easily. When Trina tried to walk through them, Nicola got.
Yeah, okay, it was you guys. Okay, we're going back just to watch the judge do this, because maybe I skip it again. Because here's the thing. This bitch talks forever. No, we didn't go that far. Here's the thing. He was passionate about his blood glucose or blood sugar. Oh my God, that was so funny. But seriously, I thought the judge was reaching for his phone. Oh, here it comes, I think. Oh my God, please work. Please just edit properly. Like edit. That's not editing, bud. Come on now.
Which was a little claustrophobic, but then we just tried to walk through them.
That was a chocolate bar he's reaching for. Oh my God.
And head to the parking lot. I got through them very easily. When Trina tried to walk through them, Nicola got in front of her to try and stop her from walking. And so she was dodging back and forth to get around Nicola. And we finally got through the crowd, like the little mob of people. And Nicola was yelling then some more, like, hurt me, you want to hurt me? Let me see what you got, like stuff like that. And then Trina stopped and she put her bags down, and Nicole was like, we're going to finish this right here. And Trina was like, if you want to fight, fine. And she stepped into the street, and Nicole was like, I'm not coming into the street. I came all the way over here. You have to come to me. And so Trina walked through Nicola's friends and stood in her face and pointed at her. And Nicola just...
I believe it was an emergency phone reference. I believe the judge is currently doing the look we all have done. Chin down. Nobody can tell that I'm looking at my lap right now and texting. We can all tell, Judge. We can all tell.
Kind of tapped her hand a couple times, and Trina was like, you don't want to fight. I'm getting out of here. And she lowered her head, and we turned away. And by this time, the people, like the owner of the league and a coach from another team, they saw this altercation and they ran over to us. And so when they got to us, the owner of the league put his arm around Trina and myself, because we were slightly apart from the other people, and we just walked to the parking lot. He's like, just walk with me to the parking lot. I don't know what's going on. I don't even want to get in it. And he was just kind of talking, and Trina was like, I don't know what's going on either.
Judge's wife wants sushi. Judge wants Italian. That's the dilemma. He looks so much more interested now. Like he perked up. What are they texting him about?
Like I just don't know what's going on. I don't know where this came from. I don't know like anything like that. So we walked towards the cars, and Nicola and her friends walked through the grass and through the cars. And they got to a point where they were kind of in front of us. So we stopped walking, and Nicola was still yelling, and she was saying something like, you're stalking me, you're calling me all the time, stuff like that. And at first Trina wasn't answering her, and we were talking to the owner, and he was like, look, you're fine, just stay chill, like I don't want to cause a big commotion out.
This woman's voice could become weaponized as a droning, like, seriously. She's still talking, and I don't even know what she's saying.
Let's make super easy pepperoni pizza pocket.
What did I do? I clicked on a fucking pizza thing. Oh my god, you guys.
To follow me to my car, you proceeded to
Tan, like I turned my head and I was like, bye guys.
Does
And they were
anybody
like,
think
bye,
we
Nicole.
care? We
Also,
can't.
and then we each got in our cars.
There's
and then
no
we left
way
the
to
field.
tell where I was. Oh, this was the end? Is a God. There is a God.
Forgot I was muted. Apologize.
Sorry, I was like, I can't hear you.
Thank you. I had a phone ringing, and this happens because I'm in my basement. So, any cross-examination, it would have to be about her testimony, and I don't need to rehash everything that she has gone through. If there's anything you want to add.
Listen, I'm aware that I just skipped some of her testimony. If you are a sick bastard and you want it, you can message me later and we'll have a talk. But I am not playing it. I'm not going back. I clicked on the right part of the video by God's grace to skip to the end of that, and I am not going to sneer at miracles.
Ask her about that. Go ahead now.
Hi, Nicole. Hi. You stated that when you were walking out of the football game that I said words to Trina. You said you were standing next to Trina. Did you standing when you were walking out? Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Sorry. Did you hear her say anything to me when you were walking out? No, I just was saying bye to Kristen. That's all I heard. Okay. Having known us for a year and this much time, you have stated that you've been around since July, and you've known of things that have taken place. Have you seen me act in that way before? No, I was really shocked, actually. Thank you.
Someone forgot the assignment. Almost. Wait for this.
Well, except for maybe one other time, but that's it. Okay. Did it involve Trina? Yes. Okay. Do you want to speak to that? If you want me to. It was when we were at Lynn Lewis. I think at the Pink Taco, the restaurant, like for the Chalk Talk. Sure. We came in like late and we were sitting there.
Pink Taco? Yeah, I've heard it called that too.
I'm sorry, what? Oh, we came in late and we were sitting, and then everyone's food came, because like we came in, everyone was eating appetizers, and everyone's food came, and so we had to kind of move. And so I think I ended up sitting next to you, or at least I was very close to you. And then Trina was across from me, and then over like a person to the left. And she was over there, I think, giggling with like Nat or Tan, and like we were all just kind of talking and chilling or whatever. And at some point, you were like, "Are you talking about me?" And she was like, so was Trina sitting across from me? You were talking about where she was sitting. You said one person and to the left. Did Trina sit across from me? No, she was down like a person from you, maybe 2 people from you, like across, and then maybe 2 people down, because she was just left of me. For the sake of time, thank you. We've already established things at that event. I also want to ask you about a day in July that you were available for. Okay. You were there when the coaches tried to have a meeting with Trina and I. And I would like to ask you how you observed that ending. Okay, I was really trying not to pay attention to your meeting. I saw you guys walking back towards like, kind of like where we put our shoes and our bags and everything. Nicole, did you see Latrina trying to fight me? No. Did you see 3 coaches holding Latrina back? No. Okay. Okay. As far as the Atlanta Rage, were you also her character witness when she ended up in an issue with another young lady on that team? Yes. What was the outcome of that? She decided, or she wasn't asked to come back to the team. They told her that the suspension was going to stand. The person who made the decision, the manager, she said it was her decision. So they did a thing with all the coaches, and then Trina had to say her side, and then I was the character witness, and then everyone was supposed to vote, and the manager said that it was just her decision anyways, and so she kept her previous decision that Trina was suspended. Thank you. And I just have one more line of questioning, Your Honor.
I'm gonna give you one last question, ma'am.
Oh, one last question total?
Right.
Okay. Well, in that case, I will leave it alone because it's a group of questions about things that have happened.
Okay. Is there anything further of this witness?
I do have further questions, but I understand that if I'm not able to answer.
You may be excused, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Were there any other witnesses that you had?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Is there any rebuttal? And I'm not going to get into a long, having you rehash everything that's already been said. If there's any rebuttal testimony that you wish to give, and then very briefly, I'll allow you to do that.
Can I ask you, am I allowed to show the video evidence from June 11th where she says that she was somehow invited to my place or that she was waiting outside of my place?
She indicated, she's already testified to that.
That she came uninvited, but she said that she was waiting outside of my place and that I didn't ask her to leave. That's what she said. She said, I'm just going to sit here for a while. But if you understand that as...
Yeah, I understand that.
Okay. All right. I would like to speak to the event that took place in April. I just want to say that her witness's testimony was very clear that my statements were around her saying that she was going to hurt me. And that what I was saying back to her was, when are you going to hurt me? What are you going to do to hurt me? And that was very bizarre and out of character for me. The reason that I did that, Your Honor, this much time of mental abuse and someone sitting behind you and repeatedly harassing you, please notice that also her own witness said that while all of this back and forth was going on, while she was yelling, that all I did was sit there. I didn't make any contact. I said absolutely nothing when she was arguing with the manager. It wasn't until we were leaving and she threatened me that it really felt like the straw that broke the camel's back. that I realized that no matter how much time would go by, that she would continue to harass me and threaten me and say that she would hurt me. So me approaching her, Your Honor, was to say, what are you going to do? You have always come to my house and threatened me. You have threatened to kill yourself. You have threatened to hurt me. You have reached out to my friends. You've done all of this. And at the time, it just felt like a plea of what are you going to do? Your Honor, I want to say one more thing that I told you.
At this point, ma'am.
Yes, I did not. I know I mentioned that I had shoulder surgery. There was I can't even lift my arm. At that point, I hadn't even had surgery yet. I could not fight her. Into the witness's testimony that I said, I don't want to fight. And she said, you don't want to fight, and walked away. I did not. I wanted to approach the situation and ask her to please leave me alone, which is why I left the scene.
Okay, I understood the testimony that the parties were given. Okay, explain to me about then this is from either party, about the football. Is it a league, or is it exactly, what is it?
It's a league. It's in the spring and fall here, but we definitely do travel around.
What's the name of the league?
The AWFFL. I believe it is. It's Etias Sports. It's had different owners because different people take it on each year.
Is it called AWFFL?
Yes, but the people who runs it is Etias Sports. Atlanta's women's flag football league. Yes.
Okay. All right. And is there any other football league that's a part of this that the two of you are involved in?
Yes, let me clarify. There are different leagues, and there are different people who put on tournaments. So there could be a league that lasts a few weeks. There could also be individual tournaments throughout the year. So
there's no national organization that you have to be part of, like AAU or something of that nature?
There is one national organization like UFFL.
Okay, and is it mandatory that you be a part of that in order to be in the league?
Not necessarily.
Okay. So a general way of indicating football play would be to state that it is flag football. There was some mention about some professional football also.
The team I was recruited by is the Pro Division National Champs out of DC.
Is it flag football or is it regular?
Yes,
it's all flag football.
Yes, but I also was playing, which has nothing to do with Nicola. I played tackle.
I understand. I was just trying to get the.
Oh yes, sir. Yes, it's two different.
I'm trying to understand how the league operates and so forth.
Yeah, so it's a spring, which is past league, and there's a fall league that comes up around, I think, August, September. But
they're all under AWFFL?
Yes, but there are tournaments.
Yeah, that's all I need.
Okay. So I won't be planning those. My team is out of DC, so whenever they travel, I'll be with them.
It'll still be the AWFFL?
No, it'll be whatever tournament it is.
But it will be a flag football organization.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I've got 25 years of AAU with women's basketball, several of my players have gone into the professional. I don't know if it's professional or whatever you call it, but it's the pads and all of that football. And then some of them also are involved in the flag football. So that's why I was asking.
Okay. Yes.
I was trying to really get an understanding of, what the flag football was all about.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do because there's a lot to digest here. I'm going to take this case under advisement, and I will be issuing an order. And I'm pressed for time right now, so it may not be until about the middle of next week that I have an order issued. But both of you will get copies of the order that I issued. Okay?
So I have to stay away. Is that what you're saying?
The protective order is still in place
Okay.
until this order comes out.
Okay.
Okay? And there shouldn't be any contact between the two of you.
No, we don't see.
You're each saying that you don't have any contact, but
no.
That's the end result of what you want. That's the end result of what you want the protective order to do, is to have the parties stay away from each other.
Yeah, we don't see each other.
Okay. All right.
Your Honor, I
Yes.
just want to be clear because I hear the respondent saying that we don't see each other. But this thank you. This contact includes indirect contact as well, right? Such as because
the contact has to do with, you know, personal contact amongst one another's, contact through other parties. There's to be absolutely social media, the whole 9 yards. There's absolutely to be no contact between the parties.
Thank you.
There isn't any.
Okay. All right. Like I said, I'm going to take the case under advisement. I will have an order out for you. All right. That's going to.
That's it. And listen, that's you can see that that's not even one that I put in my special folder titled endings that are so good that I am keeping for myself. I'm joking, obviously. But I bet the podcast will get us an update, MB, and I am going to get on it. We don't know. The judge took it under advisement. Here's the reality, guys. Sometimes, like, I invested an hour and a half plus into recording that case, and I don't even always get to watch it in its entirety. So I sometimes don't even know. I did know at this one, I made a I don't know, disclaimer at the beginning because it was what we're going to call a blue balls or a case. Anyways, okay. I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful evening. It's a bit early for us to end, but it is time. I have a lot of really good ideas and really great content to get going on for you guys, and I'll be back tomorrow. I love you so much. I'm proud of you guys, and I want you to have a wonderful evening. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Hold on, did we go a whole night without? Love you guys.